meets the heart of the city. Whether it's prime steaks, fresh seafood, or a handcrafted cocktail, we're here to make your next experience out exceptional. Call us today at 213-745-9911 to reserve your next table. We're open for lunch and dinner. Flemings, where great steaks, good times. Call at 213-745-9911.
Hey guys, it's Sedano here. My friends at Children's Dental Fun Zone is the one-stop shop specializing in children's dentistry and orthodontics for over 23 years. From routine care, braces, and aligners to orthodontic planning, Children's Dental Fun Zone accepts Medi-Cal, PPO, and HMO insurance plans. For a free consultation, visit their website, cdfzone.com, or call them at 833-586-7898. And let them know that Sedano and ESPN LA sent you. Children's Dental Fun Zone. Sparkling smiles, happy kids.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
710 ESPN.
Here we go, Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr.
The far side. You ready for the far side? I'm in the far side.
You're in the far
Let's
side.
Go.
Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
Yeah! You got me all fired up today.
What I got you fired
Just
up about?
stuff, man. Movies, Tyson,
There's
people.
good stuff.
Lots of good
There's
stuff.
good stuff.
Yes.
We've got an anniversary of a fight that you and I both recall.
You want to call that a fight?
Yeah. I mean, what else are we going to call it?
That's not a fight, Travis.
No, it wasn't a good fight, but it was a fight. We're
was
talking about the anniversary of Mike Tyson and Michael Spinks.
That is not a fight.
It was a boxing
mauling.
matchup, a boxing event.
That was an assault. Yes.
It was not very
good
what
stuff.
What it was?
Yeah.
Was short.
Very short.
It was very short.
But very,
91
very fun
seconds.
and unforgettable.
Yep.
Completely unforgettable.
Yep, the list
Do you
of the
think that
top
you'd be-
100 movies is out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
If a fight's 91 seconds, are you happy with the money you spent to the pay-per-view or upset?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Okay. See. Okay. Can we get into it now?
Sure.
Okay. See that fight.
Let's just set it up real
Okay,
quick.
go ahead. Yeah.
It was 1988.
Yes.
Correct.
It is
June 27th, 1988.
Michael Spinks, Mike Tyson ascending to what he was going to become.
Yes.
One of the baddest man on the planet.
Right.
Michael Spinks was the heavyweight champion of the world.
The People's Champion.
People's champ.
Yes.
And had
the actual lineal belt holder, Ali's belt.
And had the name Spinks, which in the boxing universe carries some weight.
Because he beat Ali.
He beat Ali.
Right.
And he had a brother. Was it his brother was Leon? Or was it an uncle?
I
or
believe
something?
Ali was there.
Ali was
I
there.
went past. So when I got the sound, I just watched the fight because it was a short fight.
You can watch all 91
How
seconds.
can I
It
explain
was
this?
15 minutes long from beginning to end.
This was connecting dots of history.
Yes.
This was that belt with that champion. This was Mike's opportunity. So it was more than the fight. So yes, it was worth it.
It was not.
It just didn't last very long.
It was not, because this is, and I'm not saying this was the first pay-per-view fight ever, but it was the first pay-per-view fight where I remember me and my friends collected the money to buy it, right?
Yeah.
Where it was not on somebody.
How much was it?
I don't remember,
Like,
but
$25?
it was
I got it
probably
right here.
$40, maybe something like
that. It was okay. Grossed $70 million.
Okay, I didn't
in
pay $70 million.
1988.
Sure.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if they have it, but it wasn't like it is now.
In today's time, it probably was like 200.
It was
Nah,
no,
$50.
50
Tops.
Yeah, 50,
Okay.
maybe 100, but it was enough.
In 88? Okay.
It wasn't. No. In
Jordans didn't cost $100
in
then.
today's dollars, we're talking about.
Okay, yeah,
Not at the time. In today's dollars, it was enough to make you go, oh man, that's expensive. I don't know about that.
Yeah. I mean, you're coming out your pocket to see it.
So we all kind of pooled our money together, and it lasted 91 seconds, and it wasn't a good fight.
Well,
it was a couple of body shots.
Well,
and it was
at
over.
that time, if you thought any Tyson fight was lasting longer than 5 minutes, you were crazy
well,
anyway.
that's a fair point.
But we all thought that Spinks, we actually believed, because Spinks was undefeated and a two-time gold medalist. He was no Palooka.
No.
We thought he'd be able to put up a better fight or give him the Spinks jinx, and Tyson rolled right over him.
What's that term?
Spinks jinx?
No, Palooka.
Palooka.
What does that mean?
A chump, a tomato can, an easy mark.
Yeah.
A clubber, a guy that had no chance of winning.
What is today's Palooka? What are we calling? I don't know. There's a word for it.
Palooka still works.
Yes.
Palooka still works.
There's something you call them now. A can is one of them, definitely.
Tomato can.
Tomato can. Yeah.
A mark.
Palooka.
Yeah.
A chump.
Yeah. All of those things.
Oh, you called me a chump. It's on. Yeah.
Here's the whole fight, basically.
And 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. That was a body shot that took him down. Here comes Mike Spinks in. He leads to the right hand. Down he goes. I don't think you get up from this. Mike Spinks is laying flat on his back. The count is up to 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. He won't be able to do it.
So
dang,
it lasted 91 seconds.
He was out.
He was done.
Yep.
He was absolutely done. And it was my first real life moment of, I just got ripped off.
Did you?
Like it not because it wasn't exciting. The 91 seconds was exciting, but it was just 91 seconds.
I was looking thinking nobody is going to beat that guy.
Yeah,
it
I think
was
we all
vicious.
thought that
It was ugly. Nobody did that to Michael Spinks ever.
No.
I'm serious. And knocked him flat cold. No one will beat this guy. The only thing that will beat, you know who said it? Was Larry Holmes. The only one that will beat Mike Tyson is Mike Tyson. Yeah. And right after this, all that stuff started happening.
He was kind of right.
This is pre-tattoo. Yes.
It was the moment where Mike went from hey, he might be the next big thing to he was the big thing.
He did it right there in front of Ali. That was the passing of the torch.
Yeah.
So for me, that would have been, you could have charged me $200 in $1988 and I would have paid to see that.
Did you and your friends like reenact it and stuff?
No,
like as a kid,
I remember it. We went over to a buddy's house and we watched it and it ended and we all kind of looked at each other like, that's it?
Yeah.
Like it's over? Like because you watch the preliminary fights, you're there, you're having your Cokes and your pizza and all this stuff. Because we were in high school, it's like junior year of high school, and you're just kind of, okay, this is exciting, and wait, it's over?
Yeah.
Like it just like boom, just was done. But to your point, DeMarco, I agree with you. This was I don't think anybody's ever going to beat this guy.
Two things happened that day. My respect for Michael Spinks grew enormously because you could tell when he's being announced that he does not want to be there.
Doubt about it.
Really, if he wasn't like encircled by people and ropes, he would have run. Seriously, I mean, you would have run from there. So he went ahead with the fight. He should have stayed down on the first body shot. Mike told you this is going to be bad for you if you get up, and he did anyway, and he went straight to sleep. But after that, like I said, either Mike cemented his legacy or that was his high point. Because
that's a great question.
I think this was after Douglas had knocked him out.
No, it wasn't.
Was it before?
No, but he knocked Douglas out my freshman year in college.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is before Douglas knocked him out. Yeah. So he
had not lost yet.
The airplane was on fire. Yeah. That's what it was.
Well,
okay.
Yeah, maybe, but maybe not publicly. Like at this point, we knew that Mike had not lost a fight, that Mike was taking guys out. To your point, his fights were really fast.
Bang, bang.
If you went into the third or fourth round with Mike, it was surprising.
Yes,
but
Mike was 34-0 with 30 knockouts.
Yeah.
My God.
The smoke around him had not gotten really noticed. People near him knew. People that were deep inside the fight game had known that, hey, this is headed for a disaster.
You've been
but
close
it hadn't
to him,
happened
right?
yet. Many times.
It's terrifying, isn't it? You don't know like really what's going on in there, and if he goes off, you could be in trouble.
And it's hard to kind of rewind the tape to the point where, because here we are in 2025, and Mike Tyson, as we sit here today, is a mostly well-liked figure.
Yeah.
Is
Uncle Mike.
Is somebody that has gone through a great deal of personal tragedy, that has struggled with a whole bunch of things, that has opened himself up and become a vulnerable human being to the world. None of that was true then. That Mike was, to your point, DeMarco, when you were around him, when you were near him, when you would attend his fights, and I got to do all of this stuff, there was a palpable sense of malice in the air. And I'm
it's
not
like being around a pit bull. It is.
Kind of.
Being around
it was
a big
like
old
being
Rottweiler.
around something that you knew was dangerous and you weren't quite sure how it was going to launch itself.
Don't take your eyes off
Don't take your eyes off of
Yep.
it. And that's only happened to me a couple of times in my life, both people in the boxing world, as it turns out, the other one, Don King, that was, you're in the presence of danger. This could go bad at any second.
You just described Michael Spinks before that fight.
Yeah. But I didn't have to fight Mike. I didn't have to. I just was in the room. I was just near the press conferences and things like this, and there was this real sense of malevolence in the air that I have never experienced anywhere else.
You know, I used to love Michael Spinks. I really did. I rooted for him, and when he became heavyweight champ, that was awesome. I think he was the first middleweight champ to become heavyweight champ or something. Small guy beating a big guy. So rooting for him. And then you see this wrecking machine on the way up. And you know they're going to meet at some point. And then at some point, because you like Michael Spinks, you don't want to see him in the ring with Tyson. Mm-hmm. And then it freaking happens. Thank God it only lasted 91 seconds. Can you imagine if that was like a sustained beating?
I don't want to watch anybody get... I wish the fight would have lasted more than enough time to...
Marvis Frazier.
At least 2 rounds, right?
Yeah, at least... I mean, it barely lasted half
91 seconds of that or 12 rounds of Floyd Mayweather. Exactly. Yeah. Stop it.
12 of Canelo.
Can we split the difference? Can I get 5 rounds of decent boxing?
Manny Pacquiao, he's back. Yes, that was man. That's unreal. 1988. I would pay money to see that.
Nearly 40 years ago.
I was 2.
Yeah. You were 2 years old. Dang, that sucks. Wow.
Did you ever get to go watch him fight in person?
Yeah.
Did you get that same experience of when he? Who did you see him fight?
I saw him fight when he bit Holyfield's ear.
You were in that? You were there?
We had excellent freaking seats.
Yeah, me too. I was there too.
Excellent seats.
Yeah.
Guess who sat right in front of us? Patrick Ewing, Alonzo Mourning, and Dikembe Mutombo.
7-footers across the board.
All in suits, all in front of him.
Could you still see?
When they sat down, yes. When they stood up, come on, dude. All I saw was ass cheeks.
You saw one of the ones that gave you that feeling. I went to the first Tyson fight against Holyfield, where Evander just beat his ass from the beginning of the fight until the end of the fight. He just picked him apart.
Yeah.
And walking out of the MGM Grand Arena that night, and you'll remember this. I'll kind of describe the scene. So the MGM Grand Garden Arena is attached to the MGM Hotel and Casino. It's kind of tucked into this corner of the property. And when you go into the building, when you're coming out, everybody has to go out the same exit.
Yeah, there's big hallway.
There's no way to, you can't, any arena you go to, there's a door every 30 feet. This was everybody's coming out this way because they want to funnel everybody through the casino. Mm-hmm. And there were no options. And there were literal, plywood barricades, funneling you into this one hallway. Mike's crowd is a very specific type of crowd. Am I right?
It got a little weird at the end there.
And the people that were at these fights were Mike fans. There were a specific type of Mike fan.
It got weird.
And now all of a sudden you're literally shoulder to shoulder, chest to back to chest with hundreds, thousands of other people.
With a lot of people who just lost a lot of money.
Bingo. And there was this is not the place to be.
Head for the exits now.
Now take that feeling.
Yep.
And turn it up even louder when he bit him. Because now there's chaos in the air.
Travis, I didn't tell you. Okay, so same thing. Fight ends, lights come on, and it's like, oh, God, is the fight over?
Yep.
And then people start getting pissed.
Yep.
There's skirmishes here, skirmishes there. It starts to break down. Let's head for the doors. Going through that big exit, right?
Yep.
There's a lot of crashing. Now they're going through the casino. This has turned into something that's just not safe.
When the lights went out?
Right. So we're out. So we finally get out to Sunset or out to the street, wherever, right? So now it's migration from place to place. Somebody breaks a bottle. Oh, my God, sounds like gunshots. We're all running.
Yeah.
So this is the third leg of that relay where you hear something, we run. So I'm running as fast as I can across the street. I get passed by this short, fat dude. I mean, he passed me like I was standing still. Big stomach, big booty, about 5'10", 300 and some odd pounds. Pass me up with a wind. Bettis.
Really?
Right. Jerome Bettis passed me up.
Yeah.
And I'm running top speed.
Yeah.
And this dude must have been in his biggest off-season weight and still was rolling out. Same night.
Yeah.
You were out there in that night?
I
that
was
same
there
thing?
for both of them.
Crazy. It's crazy.
It really was. And
yes.
It's funny. We're both sitting here talking about it. We both got through it and survived it and all these things. But incredible fun, incredible excitement, but a real level of Man, I don't know what the hell.
That's in my 20s and 30s. I think I'm over that now.
What? Oh, no, I don't need to ever do that again.
I love pay-per-view now.
Yeah.
What happened to boxing? I mean, you guys talk about these like
UFC.
80s and 90s, even before that, like just these incredible eventizing of these things.
I was thinking of this.
UFC happens every weekend.
Okay, so Dana White started in boxing. This is the long and the short of it. The world according to Farr. Dana White came up in boxing, right? So boxing is corrupt, right?
Sure.
Dana says, I'm going to combat sports and I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to make the sport bigger than the guy.
And to clarify, so they're corrupt because someone who might win doesn't win because someone else wants them to win?
Man,
that's one of the ways it's
the
corrupt.
mob used to run boxing.
Okay.
There's 30 reasons why.
Yes.
You said one, you said another. The matchups that you wanted were infrequently made, so
Correct.
you knew the two best guys, they wouldn't fight each other, or they'd only fight each other after one guy had been diminished in some real way, or the decision was obvious where fighter A won the fight, but they gave it to fighter B because it was one of these things that you knew it was baloney, different word I would use if we weren't on the radio.
Yeah.
But you're like, but I want to see these guys fight again. So we just kept coming back for more, and then it finally hit the tip. It was like, this is just ridiculous.
And then, so, like, here's the other part, and this is the light part of, I guess, corruption, is if you have a champ, and he's going to be the champ, and here's a guy you want to market. You want to make sure you keep that guy winning.
Yep.
So, politically, like Canelo, you avoid Benavidez as long as you can. That is a form of corruption.
Yeah.
You should have fought.
Yes.
But with Dana White and the UFC, he said, the hell with that. I'm matching my guys hard and strong, and the company will always win regardless of who fights.
Yep.
That's the opposite of boxing. That's what happened to boxing.
But that doesn't create stars the same way. UFC, because
the company's the star.
Right. Because when you have best on best, they're going to beat each other. So you don't have this guy who's coming in like super undefeated. And
Stipe was doing Modelo, then gets beat. Showtime, Anthony Pettis, I think his name was, Showtime guy. They put him on a Wheaties box.
I mean, Conor
Lost
McGregor
next time out.
Is the
it's
biggest
hard,
star.
Right. It's hard to be a long-term star in that fight game because you're constantly getting beat, unlike boxing.
I think there's one other thing that's a little more challenging to put your finger on why it has faded, but I think it's a big part of it because there are guys that fight in this category, but not to the level. An American heavyweight that grabs everybody's attention.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it, too.
Huge part.
Yeah.
And those belts are never coming back to America.
An American heavyweight that is must-see TV.
I said it loud. I'll say it again. Those belts will never come back to America.
I don't disagree, and it's just that's the thing. Like, this is a trickle-down thing.
Is it because they don't care?
No.
Or American boxing doesn't care?
It's gone over the pond, and it ain't coming back.
Yeah.
Until we get somebody.
There could be another one.
Maybe.
But it's got to be like, I can't not watch this guy. Tyson was fascinating because he was an odd size. He was shorter.
Yes.
He had unbelievable power in his hands. He was fast. He was menacing. He had a story that was compelling. He, grew up basically in, a boy's orphanage, and this guy got put. It's just the story of Mike Tyson, the backstory, the archetype of Tyson was incredibly interesting. And then he showed up and was killing guys.
What do they say? These days, Mike Tyson might be a running back.
Yeah.
Some of our best heavyweights are defensive ends.
Yeah.
It's a different deal now.
It's different.
Those belts are never coming back. I'm sorry.
Yeah, probably not.
Sad to say.
But like you said a second ago, it only takes one. It only takes one
Tyson
guy
Fury
to get
knocked our guy unconscious.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean there can't be another one. You just said it 5 seconds ago.
We got to beat them first.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying that it comes back just because we decide we want it back. It's got to happen.
I liked it when
we got athletes.
When we thought Anthony Joshua was the top guy.
Not
anymore.
The story wasn't compelling enough to hold our attention. The Tyson story was. Evander Holyfield kind of was.
I would take Lennox Lewis. That's close.
Lennox Lewis wasn't because
That's
Lennox
close.
Lewis didn't fit the mold.
Right.
He sounded like an English professor.
I would love to go back to the Lennox era.
Yes. I mean, he's got the British accent. He's thoughtful and
Come
like
on,
all
he's
these
all right.
things.
He's got hair.
Yeah, no, he was good. He was a great fighter. He was huge. All right, there's your 1980s boxing segment to open the show. Love it. Got a lot to get to, including Clayton Kershaw being terrific yesterday. He was
3 more?
Really good. 3 more to go. In fact, let's do that next, DeMarco. Let's talk a little bit about that. Be sure that you're listening on Tuesday at 12:30, a major Mason and Ireland announcement and how you can press the flesh with them in private this summer. That's Tuesday at 12:30 on 710 ESPN.
Private?
Kershaw, private?
They're pressing the flesh in private. That is something to tune into.
You never know. You never know. Kershaw, just 3 away. That's coming up next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Waba Grill is an LA original, so we've got to keep it real. Real fresh with our Asian-inspired menu that's grilled to order every time.
Take me up and never put me down.
Real quality with our marinated proteins like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Enjoy $5 happy hour weekdays after 3 p.m. with our 5-piece pork veggie dumplings and a value-sized premium beverage drink like our creamy and delicious Thai tea. Waba Grill. Keeping it real every day for you.
Have you checked out the new Park West Bicycle Casino? Only 9 miles from downtown LA, right off the 710. The bike has been reimagined with new ownership, renovations, and 200 table games. On July 1st and July 15th, buy in for $100 and get $100 in Lucky Chips plus $50 in free play chips. ESPN listeners get $30 in match play when they walk in and say, Cappy sent me. Park West Bicycle Casino. Real cards, real prizes, real close.
Please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER. GAR-001291, 001289, 001292. PSIS license number 1358.
4th of July savings start now at Cardin Alleyway Hyundai. Lease a brand new Hyundai Elantra SCL Sport for just $219 a month for 36 months with only $34.99 due at signing. Drive with confidence backed by America's best warranty, 10 years or 100,000 miles, and Hyundai's exclusive owner assurance program. Visit us off the 91 freeway or schedule your test drive now at CardinAlleyWayHyundai.com.
At SU 944151, $34.99 due at signing plus tax. License, $85 doc fee and registration. No security deposit. 10,000 miles per year. Offer expires 7/7/2025.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
I can feel it.
Remember Mike Tyson playing this in The Hangover?
Yes.
That's the first time that I met Mike Tyson was in The Hangover. And I was like, who's this guy with the face tattoo and a tiger in this penthouse?
Wow.
Well,
wow.
The career arc of Mike Tyson,
Yeah.
like how that we are where we are is nothing short of a miracle.
I'm trying to think, when did we come in on the tail end of a crazy life? Cher had, no, who else?
Explain what you mean.
I mean, we were young when they were at the tail end of a wild life. Like, she came in on Tyson with tattoo and tiger.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Like, who had cleaned up in the early 80s?
I'm trying to think, who would that be?
It's a good question.
Like the Beatles?
That's a really... The Beatles didn't go to jail.
Right,
The
you're
Beatles weren't looked at as predatory and like, you know what I mean? Like, the Beatles weren't terrifying. They were counterculture at a time, but... No, that's a
Let me
really
think about
good
that
question.
one. Yeah, that's an interesting time to enter the Mike Tyson
when
era.
Mike Tyson got sentenced to prison.
Yeah.
And I would have told you in that moment, hey, there's going to come a time where almost everybody likes that guy.
That's unbelievable.
Get out of here.
Right. No way.
No way.
No
if
way.
you have thoughts on what DeMarco asked of like this person like around the early 80s that changed their opinion, like tweet at us. We'll see if we agree with you.
Where did we come in on somebody's third act?
That's a great question.
Yeah, I don't remember. Like this guy, you know what? Okay, Leslie Nielsen, Naked Gun. You brought that up yesterday.
Yeah.
So that's how I knew who he was.
Me
was
too.
Naked Gun.
Yeah.
Then they told me he used to be a serious actor.
Are
you serious?
So you saw Leslie Nielsen before that. I'm going to tell you, you're going to be like, oh, that's right. But it's the same sort of idea.
Yeah.
Airplane.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's the same role,
Same
basically.
thing,
Same
right.
idea.
But you tell me that guy was a serious actor?
Serious, dramatic actor turned buffoon.
Right.
But
okay.
that's just playing against type.
But also playing buffoon as a straight man.
Yes.
Like you're playing it straight for laughs.
I bet there are some people who love basketball who are shocked to see Charles Barkley actually as a player.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that have grown up with nothing but him on TV. That dude used to play? Yes.
Yeah. But again, that's a little different. That's just time.
Yeah, but he don't look the part.
But he doesn't look the part. But
Right.
again, that's just aging. Mike Tyson was terribly polarizing.
Oh, yeah.
Was looked at as the epitome of bad citizen, the guy you don't want to be, the guy you don't want your children to look up to a guy that everybody's like, yeah, I like Mike.
Hell of a third
what about,
act.
Dennis Rodman as an ambassador to North Korea?
He would have to
when
clean it all the way up.
he had his entire playing career before that.
That's a really interesting question. I'd have to give it some real thought. You
Crazy.
said something during the break that I think would be fascinating.
What?
Like a documentary on the history of boxing promotions.
Oh, promotion eras would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah, like
the Mob to Aram to King
to Dana White
yes to Oscar
to all of these guys that have had this thing because the fighters make some money, but the promoters make most of the money.
No doubt.
And they're the ones that have the vision, and I would watch that
in a
like
heartbeat,
that,
no doubt.
Sure.
That's crazy.
Lakers made their draft pick last night, and we are talking about it all day today. It is the biggest offseason in Lakers history, and it's powered on 710 by Pro Baller. Pro Baller, the official energy drink of the Los Angeles
Do you have
Lakers.
his name?
I do.
I know he's a big wing
Adou
from Arkansas.
Thiero.
Big wing, big sturdy wing from Arkansas. I don't mind. It's what the league is, right? You better have a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is. I mean, it's fine. Let's see if he's good. Well, time will tell, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say thumbs up or down.
No.
I really don't know. They need a lot of. They need to make the team better, and hopefully he does.
I thought the cool thing was summer league gets started
soon,
couple weeks.
Yeah.
So you get to see him and
It'll be
see if
Bronny James versus Cooper Flag,
and maybe
in a
connect.
game.
Who knows?
Maybe.
And you'll get to work on that stuff. I mean, maybe he makes your rotation, maybe he doesn't. But this ain't the move we're looking for.
No,
but it was a good move.
No, it's a move.
Yeah.
Whether it's good or bad, time will tell. Right? Time will tell. It's a second round draft pick.
At the draft was going to make a difference in terms of
No,
what we were talking about with
I
this.
like the fact, look, they got cash, they got money. Okay, let's just move up. It didn't cost you anything to move up. Okay.
Yeah.
You're churning. Good. You found a good wing. Great. Now let's get to work on the big thing.
The big thing is going to, or at least one of the big things that will inform other big things takes place in the next couple of days. And that's LeBron's decision to opt in, to opt out, and what the Lakers react to him if he decides to opt out. Because I think we both know, even if he opts out and says, I'd like to do another one-on-one, the Lakers are 99% going to say, yeah, that's good with us. I think it's a mistake. I think they should take that opportunity to seize high hand and renegotiate and do all these things. But I just don't see that happening.
You know, you're going to have to find a big. I don't know. If nothing changed, I'd still be excited for the season. I guess that's
Sounds
what I'm
like
saying.
They came in the same spot, though.
Well, either way, it can't get any worse.
Sure,
it can only only get better
because other teams get better, and you fall back.
Okay, that's true. Houston got better.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
OKC
it's an
just
entire
won.
season without a big.
Yeah.
That's an impactful
At least
big.
I don't think you're starting with nothing. So
No,
it's
they're not. They're those aren't the only two options. They're going to be okay. They're going to make playoffs. They're going to be a decent team, maybe a good team.
That's what I'm saying. You can't really screw up the offseason. You can get better, but you can't really screw it up.
Well, doing nothing, I think, is screwing it up.
You think so? Okay.
Because if the plan is to just, let's hope we stumble into a big or somebody gives us one. Or
but what if nothing materializes?
Then, if nothing materializes because you evaluated the market and said there's nothing here that's going to really change it, we're going to keep our powder dry, we're going to wait for what's coming next, fine.
There is a want too much in this situation for me as a Laker fan. Like if to get better on paper, to get the big that you possibly want, There is a too much list. I can't give you everything.
Sure. No, I agree.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't think you can fumble it.
Well,
even if you said no.
They've proven they can fumble it. Their track record indicates that they can fumble it. Doesn't mean they will. I keep coming back to this, and Laker fans are going to get tired of me saying this because everybody knows how I feel about the Dodgers. They need to get smart people in place in the Lakers to put together a plan. If that plan is a 1-year plan, fine. If it's a 2-year, 5-year, whatever, let's get people in there. The plan can't be, let's hope something falls out of the sky and lands on our head like that. That's not a plan.
No, but you got one thing that you can't plan for. I can't give you the secret to Coke until I figure out what the hell he's doing.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
But you're going to know what he's doing in the next few
Coca-Cola.
days. I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. You're going to know what he's doing in the next few days.
I know.
And there may be an opportunity sooner than later to accelerate life after LeBron.
I would say this. If they are going Dodger like I think the Dodgers are, then you have both plans in place right now, depending on what he says. And before he finishes yes or no, that plan.
Yep.
Yeah, that I'm with you on.
I am too. But if he cracks open the door of opting out, I think that's when you say, oh, really?
Check, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's continue this conversation because I think that presents an opportunity to put the better plan, the long-term plan, the smarter plan, the more strategic plan into place way sooner than, hey, I'll just roll this back again. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The most fun.
Welcome to Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, the industry's idea of a healthier tomorrow, where vapes are deemed safer. Never mind, they can contain cancer-causing arsenic and lead. And they're anti-aging, because you're more likely to die younger from a stroke. In Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, the deadliest industry can rebrand itself as your friend.
By Delta Airlines, which offers an exclusive look inside one of the world's most iconic sports and entertainment venues. Expert guides will lead small groups through spaces that have hosted legendary sports championships, world-renowned concerts, and epic awards. Guests will also explore the VIP areas and experience the arena's latest renovations. Visit crypto.com/arena/tours for more info.
Ready for a delicious escape? The new Islands Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so enjoy one today. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey, it's May. Summer is here. You made it. And one of Jacob and Ronnie's new billboards says, don't just exist, live. It's the kind of message that hits you, especially if you're dealing with the aftermath of a crash or injury. Jacob doesn't just handle cases. He helps people move forward, take their lives back, and get the justice that they deserve. If you've been injured in an accident, don't settle for silence or pain. Call somebody who's been standing up for LA families since the 90s. Jacob will fight for the maximum compensation, and you pay nothing unless he wins. You deserve somebody who will fight for what's right, and Jacob does that every single time. When you call an attorney, you want one who is respected. Call Jacob. He's the real deal. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember, calljacob.com. Proud partner of the Rams, the Lakers, and LAFC.
Call Jacob.
Did you know that Children's Hospital Los Angeles has Southern California's only pediatric level 4 epilepsy unit? But what does that really mean for your child? It means a place where every doctor, nurse, and piece of equipment is specially designed for kids with epilepsy. They create personalized care plans for each child. But here's what's really exciting. The Neurological Institute is running over 45 clinical trials to develop new therapies. That means your child could have access to tomorrow's treatments today.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car is making this noise. Sometimes it's like doot, 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 and sometimes it's like grrr.
Do you have a dash light on?
Oh, yeah.
Then we don't have to listen for clues. With the free Fix Finder service, we can read a check engine, ABS, or maintenance light to find the likely fix and even recommend a local shop if you need one.
So you don't need to hear the grrr.
Not with Fix Finder. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
If Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea was your best friend, it would be the kind of friend that starts an impromptu dance party in the supermarket aisle that turns into an all-day pool party rager at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea turns any day into a legendary adventure. It's smooth and refreshing real iced tea with just the right kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
You know, your brain will sometimes start running that program in the back where
Yeah.
you're not actively thinking about it, but you keep turning it over. That question that you asked, Emily asked, is going to be running in the background of my brain for quite some time. That who was our Mike Tyson for her? Emily was introduced to Mike Tyson as the goofball in the Hangover movies. That not knowing him until that stage of his life.
That's a trip.
Who was that person for you and me? And
Okay.
I cannot put my finger on it. That's a great question.
One for us would be Ronald Reagan. Because when we came up about the age of our awakening, when we start realizing what was what.
California governor.
He was a governor.
Reagan.
He was a politician. Then you told me he was an actor? No way, really?
Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
So that was weird. Who else might have been one? You said Frank Sinatra was funny.
Well, Sinatra, like when I first got introduced to Sinatra, he was an old man.
Older.
And he was overweight and he'd lost all his hair. And this, like, he was the most famous person in the world for a while. And he was universally considered like this heartthrob. I'm like, that guy? But that's just time. That's not he didn't change who he just got older. That happens to everybody.
Right.
But Mike Tyson was a convicted rapist, and now is
why is he in a movie
more or less liked by just about everybody? Like that is a wild.
We would just say
destination.
Martha Stewart, Snoop. Martha Stewart had like 18 different acts.
Yeah,
Snoop.
So Martha Stewart goes from homemaker, HGTV to convicted of a crime of
White
insider
collar,
trading.
though.
I know, white collar crime. Goes to prison, comes out of prison, and now she's more known for like
being cool.
The prison aspect. She's not doing home goods really anymore. Snoop obviously was like
it was house arrest.
Artist.
So if you came in on Snoop at the Super Bowl halftime show,
yes,
that's your first time experiencing
That's not bad.
Snoop.
That's not bad.
What are you thinking? And then if I showed you like his old stuff, would you believe it?
That's a good one.
Yeah, that would be
That's
interesting.
a good one.
Or you only see Snoop on a wine bottle.
Yeah, he's had a lot of different, and it's changed dramatically.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's good, but that's not ours. That's more
super interesting.
We saw the whole thing.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
Optimus Prime Rib gave Martin Scorsese from like coked out kind of auteur filmmaker in the 70s to kind of this blockbuster big movie that you'll always go see, kind of like well-known.
That's a good one. You want to hear a funny one?
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, yeah.
If you're coming in now, you would not believe the story.
It's a very good one.
You would
That's a
definitely
very good
not
one.
believe
But again,
it.
we saw the whole act.
The entire act.
Yeah,
we
saw the whole play. Yeah,
My
we
God.
saw the whole play.
Yes.
Dude, we go back to Weird Science when he's a bully pouring Slurpees on top of Wyatt and Gary's heads.
That's that guy.
Yeah, that,
Unbelievable.
I mean, yeah.
Yes, sir.
What about Michael Vick? No, he's coaching now. I mean, look at all
You
those-
know,
I mean, he's barely anywhere now.
I think he's rounding third.
Yeah.
I think he's rounding third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vic went from phenom to one of the most hated people in the country to he's coaching
Tell me
again.
you wouldn't go see that movie.
Oh, for sure I would.
Absolutely.
No, it's a fascinating
Yes.
story. Fascinating
Wow.
story. All right, let's go back to Lakers and LeBron real quick. He's got until June 29, to opt in or out of his current Laker deal. Opt in means he will play this upcoming season. It'll be the last year of his contract, and then they'll figure it out from there. Opt out means he opts out and he becomes a free agent. Okay, and they can renegotiate.
Now or after the season?
Now. That he would become a free agent right now, and the Lakers could renegotiate a new contract with him. He could negotiate with other teams. That opt out means the Lakers also are out at that point.
Why would LeBron do that?
Because he thinks he could get more years, more money, more guarantees.
A better deal from the Lakers or a better deal from someone else.
All of those things.
Do you believe that?
Which part?
What you just said. If he opts out, the reason he's opting out is because he can get more someplace else.
Well,
do you believe that?
I want to get specific. Let me answer that. So
I'd play chicken on that one.
Hell yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's kind of get into this. Let's go piece by piece.
I think. Yeah.
What I want to happen. Okay, what if you said, Trav, you get to make this decision for LeBron James and for the Lakers and what you would like to see happen as a Laker fan? Here's what I would choose to have happen. I hope LeBron opts into his contract, plays this season for the Lakers under his current deal, and then they figure out what they want to do moving forward at the end of next season.
So kick the can.
Kick the can, but in a very specific way, kick the can. Kick the can where this deal is over at the end of next season. The Lakers will be better with LeBron James this upcoming season than without him. No question about it.
Yes.
That's what I would like to see happen. What I think is going to happen is that he's going to opt out and ask the Lakers to do another 1-1, which we've seen them do over the last several times this same scenario has come up, and the Lakers will agree to that. I don't like that because then we're just doing the same thing again that we're doing right now next year. We still don't have any clarity on LeBron's future, and we're exactly where we are without any of the flexibility that you need. If the choice is multiple years of LeBron or no LeBron, as much as it would suck, I would choose no LeBron. Because if he opts out and he says, well, I would like to do a 2-year deal or a 1-1 deal, or I'd like to see what else is out there, if the Lakers are doing what I hope they would do, they would say, we understand your decision. Good luck in finding another team.
Okay, just a quick
question.
But they won't. And who do you think, if LeBron said, I want out of here, who signs him?
It's a great
Where
question.
does he go?
I think there are 2 options. Okay? And
don't say Dallas.
No.
Okay. Golden State.
No.
Denver?
No.
East?
One of them is in the East. One of them is in the West.
Don't say Boston.
No.
Where?
Cleveland.
Oh, back to Cleveland. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cleveland
From
is
a
good.
PR?
Well, not only that.
Yeah.
Cleveland's really good.
And
Cleveland had the best record in the Eastern Conference.
I
They were
wonder,
the
would he
number
mess
1
them
seed.
up, though?
They might.
Yeah.
But I also think that would be one of those, hey, we got to figure this out. So I think Cleveland is a possible landing spot. I think there's just really one other one, and it's not because it's a good idea. It's not because I think it takes them anywhere other than kind of right where they are. In fact, I think it's a really bad idea, but I think they might do it because they made an example of doing a bunch of stupid stuff.
Phoenix?
Yes.
Yes. I mean,
because that makes no sense at all other than he could go do his thing over there. Ishbia's a lunatic.
That's basically the Shaq tour, right?
Kind of,
Yeah.
but it's also like, if you're the Lakers, you go say, yeah, go ahead. What do I care?
Wow.
Go ahead.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah. But I want him to be on this team next year. But what I also want them to do is have some sort of roadmap, clarity. Get ready to be banging your head on your radio. I'm going to say it again. A plan that exists, that makes sense beyond the LeBron James era, that needs to be considered and thought about and planned for, because it's basically here. Whether it's now or next year, kind of the same thing. And if it's now, that's fine too.
Yeah, why don't then if that scenario is true, then don't you want an opt-in? You want him to opt into his contract,
Yes.
finish out, do this one
Yes.
last year, and also so you know how to operate in this offseason. You know
Yes.
who you can get because you know how much money you have,
Yes.
what role you need to be filled. The best scenario in your case is an opt-in.
Yes, that's where I started. What my first choice would be opt in for one more year. Let's play this year. Let's see if there's a little bit of a short-term fix. Find that big. Find some D. Find a three-point shoot. Like let's cross our fingers and hope that we can find these things.
Yeah.
But worst case scenario, like you said, kind of back where we were a year ago. But there's some clarity on the back end. I know how much money I have. I know what I need. I know what I can get Luka. Like, we know that this is no longer a variable that we need to consider.
No. And you got to Dorian Finney-Smith as well. He's the guy that you can make a decision on.
In the short term, yeah.
In the short term. And he's a guy you would want if you're building
for
for
sure.
the future, LeBron or not LeBron. You'd want him here.
I agree.
That 3-and-D works. And he's Luka's friend. So we'll see how that goes there. But just the LeBron in the room, I don't know how to handle it. I don't know.
What would you do?
And I don't have a lot of faith, I guess, that Rob can pull this off.
Nor do I.
I guess you give him credit because Luka is here. But
No.
if you really get into it,
I don't give him credit for that.
Well,
saying yes to, do you want a free car is
I know.
not being a genius.
I'm with you, but
Yeah.
it's in his bio. That's what I'm saying.
I feel like the only
But it's in his bio with the facts. He did not orchestrate this. This fell into his lap.
Fair, but I don't think fell into his lap is in the bio. But you get what I'm saying. He's the GM of record. You get some credit for that deal.
Not to me, he doesn't.
True, I know, but
I think his only credit comes from not letting it get out to other teams that it's being shopped. I think the only way that LeBron, if you're LeBron, opting out means more money for you, either with the Lakers or with somewhere else. Likely, the only reason you opt in is if you don't think that is true.
I'm with you, but it's not just the money. It's not just the money. That's part of it. I agree with you, but I think it's not the number one item on the things that he wants. An opt-out with an additional 1-1, it allows him to control this a little bit longer. It allows him to be the person that gets considered first, or at least 1A, along with Luka moving forward. The opt-in last year of the contract, it's like, look, we don't have to worry about this anymore.
Right.
We're out of this. The 1+1, he's always got hand in this.
Yeah,
and that's important, and I understand why it's important.
I would love,
but that's number one.
From my fandom, I want to see LeBron and Luka and whatever big you find, or whatever third option you get, which is what I mean about Pelinka. I want to see that one more time and take our chances with that for at least one more year.
You're Rob Pelinka, and you can put together your dream scenario right now. What do you, and I'm talking with LeBron specifically. Do you want him to opt in or opt out? You get to make the decision. Do you want him to opt in or out?
I want LeBron here
for 1 year.
1 year,
only.
One more year, and I want to control that. What does that mean?
Yeah.
I want to make sure this is it.
Yep. There you go. So
I want to get out. I want LeBron to play, but I want to get out from under his control.
Me too. So we're on the same page there. If the choice were between no more LeBron,
and I want to make that as easy and as agreeable as possible. I want you locked in. You are still LeBron James.
Yep.
I'm just protecting my team like you protect yourself. That's all.
Two choices. These are your only two choices.
Yes.
He comes back for multiple years or no years.
Oh, man. How
think
old is he again?
He'll be 41.
How many years?
This
How
will
many
be
years do I have to guarantee?
2 more.
2 more
Zero
years?
or 2 or more.
I get him 2 or 0.
Yeah.
We got a break coming up, right? I'll tell you after the break.
Well, we're drafting robots coming up.
Well, then wait for a while. You can't put me to that choice right now.
I just told you
with
what I would do.
30 seconds to go.
No, say it.
You did it for 15 minutes.
Go ahead.
I'm thinking about it. Let me think. 0 or 2 right now.
0 or 2 or more. You
might as well ask for right or left foot. Can I think about it for a minute? 2 years. How old is he again?
41. It will be 41.
That's 43. My God. After the break. I hate you.
We'll do our draft coming up next.
I hate you right now.
It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Jerk. I don't like you. But you know what I do like? I like Highlands Chafing Relief. I really do. I'm not kidding. I saw the biggest coyote this morning. Travis, they are back. The critters are out. It's big. So if you're out there trying to get it done, trying to lose a few pounds, get in beach body shape, you know that chafing is the real deal. So this is what I've done to help me with my little issue down there. I got some Highlands Chafing Relief. I put it on at least twice a day. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, stays put even through sweat and water. If you've already got some chafing like I did, look, this will work for you. It'll get you back to feeling good in no time. Run, ride, hike, ride your bike, work outside, survive the heat wave. This will help you. Highlands has your back and your thighs and your arms. Chafing shouldn't stop you from doing what you love. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief and feel the difference. Available today at Walmart and Target.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, crowd rocking for a Total Chevrolet's top hitter, Mike Capozio. He's facing off with the Bulldog, and these two have quite the history. Here's the pitch. Oh, he got all of it. That ball is out of here like a red Corvette, and it's going, and going, and going. Yes!
Dad, are you having that dream again?
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Progressive knows when you're on your boat, you're already on vacation. And Vacation You forgets all your worries. Vacation You doesn't even keep track of time and knows that time is a meaningless construct designed to control us, man. But Regular You knows you don't want to be too far out in the water after the sun goes down because Vacation You doesn't know how to navigate in the dark yet. Vacation You and Regular You really need to get on the same page. So bundle your boat with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
4th of July savings are here at the Home Depot, so it's time to get your grilling on. Pick up the Traeger Pro Series 22 pellet grill and smoker, now on special buy for $389, was $549. Smoke a rack of ribs or bake an apple pie, this grill is versatile enough to do it all. This summer, no matter how you like your steaks, your barbecues are guaranteed to be well done. Celebrate 4th of July with fast free delivery on select grills right now at the Home Depot. Subject to availability.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
It's a snake draft. It's Friday. It's 9:45. It's a snake draft. Before the snake draft, DeMarco, 0-2. 0 or 2, DeMarco?
Still thinking.
Come on. You had a whole break
Look, man, I got time. I got time to think.
Time.
That is hard. So you want me to say I can't have the greatest player on the planet ever again, or keep him for 2 years?
Well, he's not the greatest player on the planet anymore. He's good, but he's not that.
I'm just giving him his props.
Yeah.
So I got to eat this avocado today, huh? Tomorrow it's bad. Today I got to eat it. Okay. Wait a minute. What if I'm not hungry? Just saying.
Or we have 10 minutes and you need to tell us at 10.
Let me think about it.
So here is the... we're drafting robots today because there is the premiere of the movie Megan 2.0, which I will be seeing tonight. It's also the anniversary of the highest-rated Pixar movie from New York Times Top 100 Movies of the Century, which is WALL-E.
Great movie.
Okay, so we're going to draft robots.
Eva.
And we're going to take any kind of... if you think of the word robot, I will allow you to draft it. The order is DeMarco, Travis, Jorge, and Emily.
Did Wally make me cry?
3 each, 12
Wally's
total.
sad.
That's all that can fit on the graphic, right, Anthony?
See.
Parker's in North Dakota. All right, DeMarco, you're up first.
He still hasn't. The FBI still hasn't located Parker in North Dakota.
What made me cry in Wally?
Sad.
Which part?
Lots of it.
The beginning is very sad.
Where the Earth has been defiled to such a point where he had to jump on a giant flying Costco to disappear.
Is that the sad part?
And he's alone, and he has no one else,
Yeah.
and all he's doing is watching old movies to feel like he has partnership.
Yeah.
And then here comes Eva, and they finally have love, but then she's ripped away at one point in time. It's a very sad.
I'm trying
movie.
to think. Okay.
And that humanity ate itself
But tell
into
me-
floating chairs.
Tell
That's
me you
kinda
didn't want one of
depressing.
those slushies, though. See? Yeah, you did. Everybody wanted that.
I do love a slushie.
Thank
All right,
you
DeMarco,
very
first
much.
pick.
All right, first one. Of course, the most important robot of our time. R2-D2.
Good choice.
On my team.
Good choice.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I understand droid. I do. I understand what he's saying. Absolutely.
If you didn't go for a Star Wars droid robot, I would be shocked.
Of course.
Travis.
All right. You're going to like this pick.
Yeah.
I don't. You I think will know it. You might know it because you know movies really well, but I don't know if it hits you in the feels the way I know. You're like, I want RoboCop as my first pick.
Oh, my God. Wait a minute. He's not a robot.
Sure he is.
He's a person.
It's Murphy, but he's half
He's
robot.
got lungs and a heart. I object.
His name is RoboCop.
Okay, then fine. Wait a minute. That's a human being.
No, with robot parts.
Yes.
Just his head,
Yeah.
man. It's just Murphy's head.
It's
The rest is
Murphy's
body.
head.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
All right, Jorge.
RoboCop number 1.
I'm going to go with the Iron Giant.
Ooh, good one.
Dang it, I thought that would fall to me.
No,
That made me cry.
That's sad movie too.
That one made me cry.
Yeah,
at
the
the
Iron
end.
Giant for me.
Yes.
That movie is very low key up there. It was one of the few movies my parents we had a TV in the back of our van that was one of the smaller TVs with a VHS built into it, and so we would strap it into our car for long road trips, and we'd watch Iron Giant.
What did it say at the end? When it took off and hit the missile, what did it say? Did he say friend?
Oh, something. I forget.
That
what he said. But yeah.
got me. Yeah,
That's
that
the
one
same guy
got
who
me.
directed the Incredibles, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Incredible. My first 2 picks are going to be, I'm going to go simple. I'm going to go for the reasons for this draft. I'm going to go WALL-E.
Good choice.
That's my number one pick.
Good choice.
WALL-E is just an incredible story. The story of WALL-E is incredible. He grabs your heart, so WALL-E.
And it's a beautiful movie.
Did
Like,
WALL-E
it just
almost
is
die?
incredibly, ish.
He was in peril.
Yeah.
He was in peril.
Oh, that's right. Eva turned to stone on him.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what happened.
Yeah,
And
don't
then
worry.
Okay,
Eva
yeah.
could be picked later.
Oh, okay.
Second pick, though, I'm going to pick Megan because
Ooh.
I saw that movie in 2021 when it first came out. Maybe it was 2022, and it was one of the first movies I saw at the Alamo Drafthouse, and I saw it, had a big popcorn, chicken tenders, amazing. The entire audience was all in. I love Megan. She's camp. She's fun. I don't know if Megan 2 is going to be any good, but I'm here for it. So Megan's my second choice.
Okay.
Jorge.
I'm going to go with Transformers. Give me Optimus Prime.
Oh, dare
Good
you!
choice.
I love the
Great
rig.
choice.
Okay.
The
Good choice.
rig, the colors, the way
I
he
will
transforms.
answer you then.
That is Optimus Prime.
You got the touch.
That's
You
Dirk
got the
Diggler.
All right. Travis, your second pick.
Do you think the bass is taking away from my vocals?
Oh my
What?
God,
It's
what a
my
movie.
turn?
Yes.
I didn't think I'd get this, but I'm happy to get it. I think you're going to yell at me that it's not a real
No.
robot, but it is.
Yeah.
I want the Terminator.
No, he's a robot.
Yeah,
he's a
that's a robot.
cyborg.
Yeah, I want the Terminator.
I object because you cannot have RoboCop and the Terminator.
Why?
Yes, he can.
Because Murphy has a brain. This is a computer.
No, I have RoboCop and I have Terminator.
I am
You
the
are
commissioner.
not a
I say
robot
the
if you
vote
have a
count.
brain.
All right,
Come on.
I got the Terminator.
Wow.
All right, DeMarco,
get
you have
two.
2 picks. Your last 2 picks.
Okay, I'm going to answer his Optimus since you took mine. That's my guy. I'm going with Megatron.
Yeah, I figured.
You
I
gosh
figured.
darn right. Yes, I like the
Okay, so
Decepticons
evil.
anyway.
All right, Decepticon.
So, let's see. This is one no one knows. It's just the first robot cartoon TV show I ever saw when I was a kid, and I could actually go to the store and buy it. Do you remember Shogun Warriors?
Yes.
They were these dolls that
Yeah.
were like 3 feet high.
Yeah,
It was Mazinga, but it's Mazinger.
Oh, okay.
So Mazinga is mine. I have to have that on the list because that's my childhood hero. Yes.
That's a good one.
Mazinga.
Yes. One of
I
the
know
first
that's different.
Transformers.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Travis, your last pick.
All right. You're the only one that even has a chance of knowing what this is, DeMarco. This is a for Travis only pick. There was a short-lived television series
Played by Jennifer Connelly.
not played by Aaron Gray was in this show, who, by the way, hits the dead center of the bullseye.
Oh, go for it.
Okay.
Go for it. Yes, sir.
So the show was Buck Rogers in the 25th century. Okay. And Buck Rogers was the hero of the show,
Yes.
and his love interest was Erin Gray. She was beautiful and all these things. But there were 2 robots in the show.
What's that thing's name?
There was one called Twiggy that went
Twiggy.
beady 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 beady
Beady,
beady and ready. But I don't want Twiggy.
Okay. Who you want?
Or Tweety. He wore like a necklace around his neck.
What?
That was a robotic face that was the smart one, and his name was Dr. Theopolis. And if you Google it,
I'm
it's
looking.
on there. I want Dr. Theopolis as my choice. It was just around Twiggy's neck, and it hung as just a
Oh my
disembodied
God.
head.
Yes, I remember this guy.
I want Dr. Theopolis.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
For nostalgia, for the win.
Like I said, you're the only one that
Oh
has any
my
idea what that is.
God.
All
Wow.
right,
Do you know what I'm talking about? now?
I'm looking right at it. Oh, my whole childhood's coming back. Oh my God, yes.
Jorge.
Oh, okay,
Your
cool.
last pick.
All right, so I'm going to go with somebody from... Did you guys ever play Super Smash Brothers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with Samus from the Metroid series.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Just, cool fighting robot.
See?
It was one of my go-to guys in Super Smash Brothers.
Metroid is definitely
Yeah,
your era.
Metroid.
Yes, that's
So
it.
Samus?
Yeah, Samus from the Super Smash Brothers Metroid series. It was a whole video game thing.
Good pick.
It was cool. So those
There's
are my
no
3.
Dr. Theopolis.
You're too late, Prime.
Okay, I'm going to go with a robot from a movie I actually think I watched for the first time ever last year. It's a classic movie. I believe everyone's watched it at some point in time. I'm going to go with HAL 9000.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Dave, I can't do that. And he traps Dave. And it's from 2001:
Open
A
the
Space
pod with
Odyssey.
bay doors, Hal.
Yes, exactly. It's one of the first, at least to me, knowing like evil robots out there. The idea that the robot can like learn and be artificial intelligence. Anyway, HAL 9000 is my pick.
It's a good choice. I'm very happy I got Dr. Theopolis. That
was a good one. The
I knew
only objection is RoboCop is not a robot. That is not.
Put up a poll.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this.
It is not a robot. What?
His name isn't called Man Cop.
RoboCop.
RoboCop.
That's the whole part.
Let me ask you this part. What do you think the Robo stands for?
That's what they labeled him. That's what they wanted him to be. That's the whole point of the movie.
They basically just took his brain out and stuck it in a machine.
Murphy's in there. He overrode programming. He's not a robot.
Good bad guys in RoboCop. And RoboCop takes them all out.
Yes.
That scene in the boardroom where the giant, the thing with the machine gun hands turns on everybody.
Oh, my God. The poor guy. Good. Yes, that was the greatest scene in the world.
And when they hit the guy that fell out of the toxic waste and he liquefied on impact.
Help me, man.
Yeah, that's
Help
right.
me.
That was great. That was a good draft. I like that a lot.
Yes.
I want to talk about Clayton Kershaw. We will talk about Clayton Kershaw. 3 strikeouts away from 3,000. But most importantly, you got to answer the question, bro. That's coming up next. You know what question. That's coming up next. 710 ESPN.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Do you really think you've experienced real sports excitement in your home? It's Mace here, and I'm here to tell you to get off your couch and get into Cosm. Cosm is the ultimate immersive fan experience. The Dome at Cosm, massive 87-foot wraparound display with reserved booth-style seating. The Cosm Hall features wall-to-wall screens where you can watch multiple games at the same time. Incredible food, craft cocktails, beer available throughout Cosm. Go to Cosm.com to see all the sporting events coming up, and now showing The Matrix at Cosm.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Have you checked out the new Park West Bicycle Casino? Only 9 miles from downtown LA, right off the 710? The bike has been reimagined with new ownership, renovations, and 200 table games. On July 1st and July 15th, buy in for $100 and get $100 in Lucky Chips plus $50 in free play chips. ESPN listeners get $30 in match play when they walk in and say, Cappy sent me. Park West Bicycle Casino. Real cards, real prizes, real close.
Please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER. GER-001291, 001289, 001292. PSIS license number 1358.
The biggest show on the radio.
Mason in Ireland is next at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really rough team. I have no idea how Cappy ended up with a team. And by the way, I like every person individually on his team. They just aren't good at softball.
You not like somebody individually on your team?
Yeah, there's one person there.
The OGs of LA Sports Talk.
Mason in Ireland on 710. 710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
In the year 1987, NASA launched the last of America's deep space probes. Aboard this compact starship, a lone astronaut, Captain William Buck Rogers, was to experience cosmic forces beyond all comprehension. In a freak mishap, his life support systems were frozen by temperatures beyond imagination.
Oh, my God.
Ranger 3 was blown out of its planned trajectory into an orbit 1,000 times more vast. An orbit which was to return Buck Rogers to Earth.
1979.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
What they did figure out, this is the intro to the show, Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. We're drafting our favorite robots because Megan 2 is coming to theaters. Even in the 25th century, they understood, hey, let's just put Aaron Gray in a skin-tight bodysuit.
Skin-tight
suit.
suit.
let's just do that.
I miss the
It's really protective because she needs it to be skin tight.
I miss the 80s.
And
there's a lot of friction in outer space.
Of course.
There's a lot we didn't know. We were so naive.
You watched that intro again. That was a wild show.
Dude, you blasted me back. What was that thing's name?
Dr. Theopolis.
You had blasted me back the minute I saw it. I remember everything. This is when I really loved. I still love Christmas.
Yeah.
But I'm a dad. This is when I really loved Christmas.
You've heard my theory on Christmas, right?
Don't ruin it, please.
I'm not going to ruin it.
To have children cover their ears?
No. Nothing
I love
like that.
Christmas.
Me too.
But I used to love Christmas.
But why do you like Christmas now?
I loved seeing people happy.
Of course.
Yes.
What else?
I love seeing people happy.
Yeah, okay. Christmas
Family?
is great. Yes.
Yeah, that's
because
what I mean.
you get together with the people that you love. You get to see friends and family in a relaxed atmosphere and have a drink and eat some food and spend some time. And that's the wonderful part of Christmas for me.
Right.
That as a kid, the stuff
I
is
was getting
awesome,
stuff in
right?
1979.
As an adult, you're responsible for the stuff.
Yes.
The stuff is
With Santa.
I don't think they sold that. That the doctor thing.
I don't remember.
If they did, they missed it. Of course, I would have. I would have loved to have had it.
Pretty
Yes.
great.
Big
Pretty
time.
great. Listen Sunday at 2 o'clock for ESPN Radio's NBA Free Agency Frenzy, special hosted by our morning man, Evan Cohen. All the information and predictions as we get ready for NBA Free Agency to begin on Monday. Don't miss Evan and the ESPN Radio NBA Free Agency Frenzy. That is Sunday, 2 to 4 on 710 ESPN and the Listen Live tile on the all-new ESPN LA app. All right, so with that in mind, with the NBA free agency frenzy that's going to be taking place, LeBron theoretically could be a part of it if he opts out of his contract and decides to see what else is out there. It's at least
who would
possible.
sign him?
Well, we talked about it. You know, somebody may, but I don't think that there would be a huge market for him. I think that his value is specific to the Lakers. They need him. We're still really good. He fits into what it is they're doing in the short term. But they also have Luka Doncic, who is their best player, who is going to be their best player for the foreseeable future. And they need to start figuring out how that's going to do. So if you could make the decision, you're in LeBron's brain, but you're also in his brain saying, I want to make the decision that's best for the Lakers. But the only two options are no more time with LeBron and he opts out and goes somewhere else, or multiple years with LeBron, more than 1 year.
That's the Laker leverage. It's either 0 or 2. 0 or multiple, right?
Yeah.
Let me go to LeBron for 1 minute.
Okay.
If I say no, I want out of here now, where am I going? Where could you add him? Where could you put LeBron? Could you put him in New York?
Okay, so you're LeBron in this situation?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see what my options are as far as LeBron is concerned. Like, okay, if you guys mess around and mess this up, which means I got multiple years left. Well, I got multiple years left. I'm feeling good. I played pretty good last year. You give me some help, we can actually make a run.
Okay.
If you guys don't believe in that, I could head straight to New York and help out Cat and Brunson.
Okay.
Would that work? Do you think that would work in the East?
If I were the Knicks, would I want to do that?
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking? No.
I'm trying to think, where
can
can I put LeBron to where he's most valuable?
Okay, this is a good topic, but the topic is, if you're the Lakers, what do you want? I don't, because in this situation, what's best for LeBron is not as important to me as what's best for me.
I think I would take the 2.
You would?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's the safest bet in the world, is to take LeBron for multiple years versus not taking him. Can you imagine if he left, went someplace else?
Yes, I can. I
know,
absolutely can.
And I sure can too.
Yeah.
And you misfired on that.
What's the misfire, though? What's the worst case scenario?
He goes someplace, gets it right, and we go backwards.
Okay, we go backwards to what degree? And by the way, it opens up a ton of possibilities, both economically, roster flexibility. They're just, the future is no longer just today. The future exists for multiple seasons. I agree with you. If LeBron just snaps his fingers and tomorrow he's not on the Lakers, this upcoming season will not be as good as if he were here. But this is the old Laker thing.
I can still get what I want and get where I want to go with the multiple years. It's just a little more difficult versus going at it without him.
Yeah, I would take the 0. I want the 1. My first answer is I want 1.
Yeah.
But if the answer is 0 or more than 1, I choose 0. Because I need to get started on what's next. I need to get the Walter Group in here.
Right.
I need to get smart people in the general manager's room. Whether that includes Rob Pelinka or not, we'll figure that part out. But we need to get started on what's next. And if LeBron James is on this team 2 years from now and we're having the same conversation, are they going to win a championship next year? Very unlikely.
Yeah.
Not impossible, but it's unlikely.
I think you got years with Luka. I mean,
for sure you do.
And I could still, those two guys together are still something to.
They are.
To be reckoned with. So like
2 years from now,
it's not the easiest choice in the world.
It's not.
But I'm not ready to say like let's just cut bait and move on. I guess if I have a chance to keep him at the same time. I'm going to pray for the one. You'll probably get him for two, like you said.
I think that's where it's going to land. I think he will opt out. I think they will give him what he wants.
And you get the other son.
I think you get whatever is the next couple of years. Next year, I think, DeMarco, you and I are sitting here having the exact same conversation
and I can't even blame him. I can't even hate on him. I mean, that is... I
don't blame him.
That's pure respect that you're at that level in the NBA. What I keep saying is, and I keep throwing this guy's name out, Rob Pelinka.
Yeah.
We know it's hard, but you got to bring the ship in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to know how rough the water is. Mm-hmm. Just bring the boat in.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can do it.
And this is why I think I would want to move on if those were my only two options. If my only options were 0 or more than 1, I would choose none, because what you just said about Pelinka is a part of it too. I want to get my smartest people in the room. The new ownership is not going to operate the way old ownership did. Old ownership would give LeBron whatever he wants for as long as he wants it, and you're just going to be in this perpetual circle of, is he coming or is he going?
Right.
What do we do? What do we do?
Is that your selling point? Like, if we divorce ourselves of LeBron, are you telling me we're going to get better because of that?
Not in the short term.
Oh.
But in
the long term?
In the long term, I think it's inevitable.
Then let's see that PowerPoint.
Then let's and this is the part, because Jeannie still owns the team. That Jeannie and her staff are still the ones that are going to be involved in this decision. Walter will have some say, to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
But if LeBron kicks open that door to, I would like to renegotiate, there's an opportunity for the Lakers to jump on that. I don't think they're going to take it. I really don't.
First available offer, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. If somebody came in, let's use the Suns as the example, that Matt Ishbia, does another Matt Ishbia and gives him God knows what. Lakers give him a big hug and say thank you for everything and enjoy your time in Arizona.
Wow.
It just feels like it would be hard, but
10th in scoring.
Yeah, no, he's
40 minutes,
still really good.
40 minutes a game.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
He's still really good.
The easiest choice for me is him for multiple.
2 years from now, you want to be having this conversation again.
Versus him going someplace else. Oh my God!
I'm okay with him going some. I'll take my chances.
And
I don't want him to.
And you get worse.
You know who wouldn't be opposed to seeing him leave? Most Laker fans.
You think?
Yeah. They don't feel about him like that the way they do with some others.
Look, some people came in on tattooed Mike Tyson. Some people just don't know.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I understand. You're right about that.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right about that.
Some people really think,
Laker fans, hit us up, 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-3776. 0 years or more than 1 year. Which of those would you pick?
25-8, and he's 90.
Still really good.
Yep.
Still really good. The argument is not, is he good anymore? He is good. I stipulate that he is good.
I mean, would you let any top 10 player go? If you had any choice of 0 and 2, would you let anybody in this top 10 go?
I don't think that question is in a vacuum. The question is, do I let that guy go if he's 41 years old and I have a top 5 guy on my team and I need to get him more help? That's the question.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the question. If he was my only thing, hell, stay as long as you want.
Well, I mean, Luka
is
Paolo Brunson.
Luka's Luka.
Jokic clock is ticking, I guess. I don't know. That's a hard one, man. That sucks.
It is.
Come on, Rob. Really.
877-710-ESPN. All right, we're going to do Kershaw. We're going to take some of your Lakeland questions. Kershaw had a good day in Colorado yesterday. Had a great result.
Yeah.
5 strikeouts, only 1 run. And can I be a baseball pain in the ass when we come back? Because I need to yell at the Colorado Rockies for a second.
Why are you going to? Why?
Because they did something that offends me as a baseball person.
You know what I saw this morning? The Dodgers are 33 games ahead of the Rockies.
I know, isn't that nuts?
Why would you want to pile on them? Why would you want to pick on them for anything?
It'll make more sense. You will
really?
You will agree with me.
You cannot be jerks when you're that bad. You're just a losing team.
It's not jerky. It's the difference between being smart and stupid. We'll get into it coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco at 710 ESPN.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
That's Mason in Ireland.
Crazy. I was stupid and young and reckless. Stupid, young, and reckless. It's great to be that way at some point, yeah.
Mason and Ireland, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
All right. We got a caller who says, I need to buy a car and I need to save money. Well, my friend, I've got one answer for you. The Cerritos Auto Square. It's America's largest auto mall. 24 dealerships, all the top brands, all in one easy location right here in SoCal. And here's the secret. These dealers sell more cars than anyone because they have low prices. And they can actually afford low prices because they sell so many cars. Check it out at CerritosAutosquare.com.
Cerritos Auto Square.
Hey Rams fans, it's your quarterback Matthew Stafford here. Join me for Walk United LA at the Rose Bowl Stadium on July 20th. Participants can walk or run to support fire recovery efforts and our most vulnerable LA communities. Learn more at walkunitedla.org. See you there.
Hey, John Ireland here for Thrive Cybersecurity. We all know in sports that defense wins games and turnovers kill you. That's also true in business. The truth is 1/3 of businesses will unwittingly turn over their sensitive company data to thieves this year. Don't let that happen to you. Remember this website, thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Thrive starts with a comprehensive cyber risk assessment. Their security analysts identify gaps and deliver proactive solutions to help keep your network healthy and protected. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Get ready. Visit thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Play defense. Use Thrive and protect your business.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Well, this does not seem to be...
LeBron.
Yeah.
What?
I asked you the question. I gave you my opinion about LeBron needs to make a decision on his status in the next few days.
I thought I answered.
You did.
Oh,
you did. You would pick,
I'm off the hook.
You are on the side that it feels is the less popular side.
I am in a golf term. I'm laying up.
You're laying up.
I'm laying up.
Let's see where this is. Let's start in Downey. And the question, of course, is LeBron's got to make a decision on his status. Would you like to see him just come back for the one more year, or do a 1+ whatever, a 2+ whatever, multiple years of LeBron moving forward? Start in Downey with Jose. Jose, you're on with Travis and DeMarco. What's up?
Get down.
Hey, Travis and DeMarco. Look, I'm going to start, to be honest, not a Laker fan, but all my family is. But this conversation always happens. I got to agree with you, Travis. I think the best move would be time to move on and, plan yourself for the free agencies. I think it speeds up the process of right now what you guys were talking about. You still have the question about, is Pelinka going to be able to do the job if he's limited like this?
It's hard, man. This is not an enviable position. for Rob Pelinka. Think about it. The whole world needs you need a big. They know what you need. There's no nuance. I don't know how you get a deal done, no matter who you are, if you're Rob Pelinka or said GM of the Lakers. With LeBron pending. This is hard. The easiest thing would be just, like I said, ride it out for 2 more years, I guess.
Jose, you said something a second ago that, you agree with me that the best option is to move on from him. That's not the best option, in my opinion. The best option is he opts in, plays the last year of this deal,
and go at him.
And then we figure it out after that. But if the option is only 0 or more than 1, I would choose 0. I just think that it feels we got to get to what's next, both in ownership, in general manager, in roster construction, in flexibility, in economics, and all of these things that are going to happen eventually. Anything that needs to be done eventually should be done immediately. I think that's a Les Snead line, right? So
I think so.
So
yeah.
let's get started on that. It's not perfect, but it's the better of 2 options. Another one here, Fontana and Hubert. What's up, Hubert?
Fontana.
Hey, what's going on, Trav? DeMarco.
What's up?
Hey, I am a Laker fan since 1975. And
qualified.
Probably since Magic Johnson, I've never seen somebody suck up so much air in the room, and it isn't even worth it. LeBron, if I had a choice between the 0 and the 2, I'm taking the 0.
Woo!
I'm like you. If it's 1 year, that's all good. 1 year, I'll take 1 year, but, he's just sucking up too much space.
What did Magic
and
do?
The money we're paying.
Wait, you said
ridiculous.
Since Magic. What did Magic do?
Oh, Magic got coaches fired, man. Come on, man. Magic was
That's
like
true.
He didn't.
Magic was an issue, wasn't he? That's true.
Huh?
I said Magic was an issue. You're right.
Magic wasn't no joke back in the days.
Yeah, but he was right though. I think I would lean with Magic. Yes,
Magic was a businessman.
That's funny.
Thanks for the call, Hubert. Appreciate it. Yeah, no, Magic had moments.
But Magic was right.
He was.
Right.
He absolutely was. And they made the right decision, and, the Showtime Lakers were born and everything else. But
that's true.
Yeah.
No one sucks up more air than LeBron.
Yeah,
you got to give him that.
And that's part, not even necessarily in a bad, it's just you have to start the Luka era sooner than later.
Mm-hmm.
And if that means that we got to start it a hair sooner than we'd like or a hair later, I'd rather do it a hair sooner. And I think that's the decision that they're going to have to make if, in fact, he does opt out. Look, I think they're going to make the decision to give him what he wants. It's just what they've always done in the past. But there is a little bit of a wild card with the new ownership. Chatsworth is the next stop. And George, you're on with Travis DeMarco.
What's going on, Travis? Hey, I agree with you, man. I think that Pelinka should offer him the deal and have him reject it because he's not going to take just this year. You know what I mean?
I don't think so. And again, I understand where LeBron's coming from. If I could get 1 year of guaranteed money or 2 years of guaranteed money, who wouldn't want 2, right? Or 3 or whatever it may be. But this is where when that door gets cracked open, if we're renegotiating, now I can say no too.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And I don't think it's on the table in a real way. What I'm saying is what I would like to see happen. What I would like to see happen is, hey, look, I don't know if a second year is a great deal for us. I don't know. We got to get started on something else, and let's see if we can work something out. But if not, I have to at least be the threat of no has to be in the room.
Definitely. As constructed, no. Can you get better with him here? I don't know. We're gonna find out. But if my fallback is having him and Luka again, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, for a year.
Yeah,
for
I'm
2
definitely
years.
okay
It's like,
with that.
yeah.
Yes.
I hope he's here next year. I can't say that clearly. I hope he opts in. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I hope that he opts in. But once we're talking about, think about it. We're talking about the 2027 season.
Yeah,
that's a long.
That's funny. How many coaches did Magic get fired?
Westhead.
1.
That's kind of it.
How many did LeBron get fired?
Well,
3
how many
since he's been here?
Well,
right?
he's played for Luke Walton. He's played for Frank Vogel. He's played for Darvin Ham, and now he's playing for JJ Redick. That's
3.
4.
Okay.
Yeah, three guys that are gone.
That's a Laker record.
Is he getting fired, or are they not also?
Well, he's
being
still
good
here.
coaches?
They're gone.
Like Darvin Ham, I wouldn't say was just because of LeBron asking him for him to leave.
No, it's not just that, but it's.
Right.
part of that.
That still goes on your ledger.
Yeah. That like the Pelinka one, I agree with you on this one. This is one of those.
That goes
you
on
get a
your
little
ledger.
ownership in this one
Yes,
for sure.
sir.
All right, before we get into Kershaw and his 5 strikeouts, he was really good. And by the way, his numbers this season are really terrific.
You can pitch up there.
Stop.
He was pitching. Come on. That dude,
you forced me to repeat myself.
That dude won the Indy 500 with a Hyundai.
He did.
He was throwing 80 poo and pitched around a professional baseball team.
Okay, you're bringing me to exactly what I want to talk about. Thank you for that. The Rockies stink. Okay, they're going to lose 130 games. They're going to set a record. They're historically bad, and that's because they don't have a lot of very good players. That's just the way that it goes. Every sport has bad teams.
Is it Tyler Freeman? I like him. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, go ahead.
No,
Are you kidding me, DeMarco?
No, you
With
don't.
how that game ended?
You
Maybe
don't.
it's because it's Freeman.
No, you don't. And this is what we're getting at.
Okay.
And if you do, then this may be the last show we ever do together. They're not just under-talented. They don't try very hard.
Ooh.
And they're stupid.
They stink.
And trying hard and being smart baseball players is not a talent issue. It's an organizational issue. It is we're not going to tolerate this garbage. I want to use Freeman as an example.
Okay.
Yesterday's game, Clayton Kershaw pitched very well.
Yeah.
I don't want to take anything away from him.
Got a little help.
But they were swinging at the first pitch. Clayton Kershaw's 180 years old. Why are we giving him one pitch outs?
I don't know.
Why are we chasing balls out of the strike zone?
I don't know, but thank you very much.
This was one of these, like, did you guys have a hitters meeting before this game? Did anybody sit down and say, hey, guys, this guy's been around a long time. He's really good, but we got to make him work for this. We got to make him grind this out. They're swinging all, and let's go back to the first game.
Right.
Michael Toglia, their first baseman, made 3 errors in game 1. Only got charged with 1, but made 3 dumb plays.
Yeah, he's new.
Okay?
Yeah.
Dropped that pop-up in the rain that should have...
Embarrassed himself.
And it was bad. Yesterday's game ended, okay? It's a tight game. It's 3-1 going to the bottom of the 9th inning.
Mm-hmm.
It's 3-1 in Coors Field, where all you need is a bloop hit or a walk and a home run. Happens all the time in that ballpark. Every single guy in the lineup on both teams in Coors Field is a threat to hit a home run. All 18 of them, okay? It's Coors Field.
Correct.
Tyler Freeman draws a walk to lead off the inning, okay? That means
you're doing great,
the
kid.
tying run is coming up to bat this inning at least 3 times.
We got him.
Okay?
Yep.
Next guy strikes out. Okay, all right, fine.
Still
No big
good.
deal. It happens. We're still in this.
We're living, people. We're living.
Strada comes up to bat with Freeman at first base
Got a
and
shot.
1 out.
Here we go.
Yep. He hits a fly ball to center field. Nothing extraordinary. Just a fly ball to center field.
What's your job?
This moron.
What's your job?
Gets doubled off of first base for no reason.
Sorry.
For literally no reason at all, because that second run means nothing.
This
the
is why I
only
think
run
of
that
you.
matters is the next run, the tying run.
Oh my God.
You got thrown out at first base on a routine fly ball to center field at Coors Field with the tying run coming up to bat for no reason. Because you're just not paying attention.
We need to get back to ripping people publicly.
And this is why I know they're under-talented. They're not going to beat the Dodgers. Like you said, they're 33 games out of first place. But you can know how many damn outs there are.
The manager should have blown his stat.
You can know that
Yes.
that is something that the high school baseball coach at every high school in America blows his stack over on the guy at first base. And this is in the major leagues?
Well,
what the hell are they doing?
Probably nothing. I mean, I don't know how you have a motivational speech on that team. I really don't.
Motivational speech? How about we know how many outs there are
and
in
if you're
an
going
inning?
over anything, I guarantee you no one's listening.
I could not get over how dumb they play.
That was bad.
Not how bad they play. Like, they're under-talented. They're not as good.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between making a mistake and being dumb. and they were dumb over and over and over again.
Did you want to see Kershaw come back out for one more? Because I did.
Yeah.
And it could have gone bad for him, and that would have sucked.
Yeah. I mean, I thought they pulled him at the right time.
Me too. I mean, it seemed like, and this is what baseball does, and I have to respect him. Was it Cal Ripken? So he's in his last All-Star game. They grooved him one. He hit it out.
Chan-Ho Park.
Every now and then. Who was it? There was another record. We gave the manager credit for going after someone.
It was Ohtani last year.
Ohtani.
With Skip Schumacher.
I thought that Colorado was giving Kershaw what he wanted to see if he could get a record. I thought that was kind of a tip. So if they're giving you, like you're saying, like 10-pitch innings for him, really, you have to be trying.
Late in the game, they're swinging at the first pitch.
So I thought they were giving him an opportunity to break the record.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I guess that's at least interesting.
That's
it's
what
still
I thought.
Dumb,
That's
but
what
at
I
least
thought.
it's
Their
interesting.
highlight of the season.
That's what I thought. Yeah, you know.
But going at someone is one thing. But let's go at them in a smart way. I'm not saying you go up there and not do anything.
Hey
but
guys, it's Kershaw. I don't want you to make him work. Challenge the guy, swing at everything. I don't know.
That's a terrible plan. that would reinforce that it's stupid. Here's the interesting thing about Kershaw. I think if you look at the numbers, he's pitching really well. If you look at his record, he's pitching really well. If you look at the results, he's pitching really well. When you watch him pitch, it doesn't, like, the numbers and the results do not add up to what I'm seeing. Like, it just, his ERA, terrific. His one-loss record, terrific. The Dodgers record in games he pitches, terrific. Do I feel good when he's pitching? No. It is such a weird thing. And that he's able to pitch into the 6th and 7th inning, kind of sort of regular, is miraculous.
Yeah.
That they need him to pitch into the 6th and 7th inning, and he's able to do it, is miraculous.
What other offense scares you? Padres,
Phillies,
Tigers?
Cubs, Tigers are more of a pitching team, but yeah, I mean, there's some out there.
Against the Padres, he probably gets tattooed.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I feel you.
And that's the part where I'm thrilled it's happening. He's going to get his 3,000 strikeouts against the White Sox next week.
It's the best time to get it.
It's going to be great.
Yep.
But if you're telling me he's going to have to be a part of what you're doing in the postseason, I don't love that. I don't love that at all.
Maybe.
It's. I don't know if I've ever seen it where the numbers are telling you one thing and your eyeballs are telling you something totally different. Like, his numbers are not only good, they're very good. And when I watch it, I'm like, no. No.
It just scares you?
Yeah. It is a weird deal.
Yes.
Tyler Freeman, get your ass on first base and stand there and let the next guy take an at-bat.
What's your job,
What, do you want to lose 3-2? That's better? What are we doing?
Losing?
That's one of those things. Like, I'm watching my son play high school baseball. And This is one of the things Susan would have put her hand on my knee and gone, relax. I'm like, no, you cannot. Do you know how many outs there are? Do you know what the score is?
Obviously not.
Do you know which ballpark you're playing in?
Obviously not.
Factor Cap is next. Ay. 710 ESPN. Rotolo Chevrolet would never do something like this. Rotolo Chevrolet knows how many outs there are. Rotolo Chevrolet knows which ballpark they're playing in. How do I know? Because they've won Dealer of the Year 13 years in a row. They would not have that guy advance right there. They know how to take care of people. They know how to make you feel great about your purchase at Rotolo Chevrolet. Mike Capozio insists on it. I talked with Armando Rojo, who played in our softball game the last couple of years. I was talking with him yesterday, and it's just every time I talk to the guys at Rotolo, I feel like I'm in the right spot. I feel comfortable telling you guys, if you're looking at a Silverado, if you're looking at a Chevy car truck, there's only one place to go, and that's Rotolo Chevrolet in Fontana. Right off the 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit. You can't miss it. They're going to make you feel good. You're going to tell your friends. They're going to tell theirs, and this is why they win Dealer of the Year, year after year after year. Selection, pricing, but customer service above all else is extraordinary. And Fontana, east side, right, 909 IE. I get it. You're in Long Beach. You're in Ventura. Kind of far. Okay. RotoloChevy.com. ROTOLO. RotoloChevy.com. Go see for yourself what all the fun's about. And whether you go in, Sierra Avenue exit in Fontana, off the 210 freeway, or you go online, make sure they know that Travis sent you in to Rotolo Chevrolet.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason in Ireland.
Today, before I came here, I made a sandwich for myself, but I only had the heels of the bread to use, the heel.
Did you toast it?
I did not.
No, toasted heel is good. If you have like a loaf of bread, like a French bread, do you eat the butt?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, me too.
I don't. Yeah.
So you eat that butt?
I love it. The heel, the butt.
Sedano and Cap weekdays at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Have you checked out the new Park West Bicycle Casino? Only 9 miles from downtown LA, right off the 710? The bike has been reimagined with new ownership, renovations, and 200 table games. On July 1st and July 15th, buy in for $100 and get $100 in Lucky Chips plus $50 in free play chips. ESPN listeners get $30 in match play when they walk in and say, Cappy sent me. Park West Bicycle Casino. Real cards, real prizes, real close.
Please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER. GAR-001291, 001289, 001292. PSIS license number 1358.
Hey, it's Mason. Tough times, a lot of people find themselves owing money to the IRS. It can really weigh you down and you're confused about the right way to handle it. And all those scary ads on the radio about the IRS, they don't help. Tax relief advocates want you to relax, knowing that whether you owe $5,000, $50,000, $500,000 in tax debt, you don't have to fear the IRS another day. TRA has a proven 3-step tax resolution process, plus they're experts at working with special programs available from the IRS to help taxpayers get back on track. Easy to see why they have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. If you owe money to the IRS and feel trapped, don't lose hope. Tax relief advocates could reduce or even eliminate your debt. End your tax nightmare today. Simply visit TRA.com or call 800-575-1482. That's 800-575-1482. Again, 800-575-1482.
Your next Subaru is waiting for you at Subaru of Glendale. Check this out. Lease a new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek Sport CVT for just $279 a month plus tax for 36 months.
One at this payment. VIN S3723202. MSRP $32,189. $33.99 due at signing.
Call 888-855-6434 or check out SubaruofGlendale.net.
On approved Tier 1 credit through Subaru Motors Finance. No security deposit. 10,000 miles a year. Model code SRD-21.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
Progressive knows when you own a boat or RV, it's like you're automatically on vacation, even if you're actually a marriage counselor in the middle of couples therapy. But in your mind, you're camping in Acadia, puttering around Frenchman Bay. Your boat and RV are both protected. You're lobster drenched in butter and... Uh-oh, did your clients just notice you weren't listening? Quick, do the thing where you just repeat back exactly what they said, but as a question. They bought it. Now back to Maine, earning an automatic discount bundling your boat or RV with your home or auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Aloha.
Buenos dias.
I got another one. Will Smith. If you just came in on Will Smith now, you would not
That's
believe
a good
it.
one.
Yes.
Well, someone said
That's a real good one.
OJ.
Oh,
is that yours?
God, yes. That's that joke.
So we just missed OJ the player. Like we kind of
You got OJ the Hall of Famer. You got OJ the guy on TV.
OJ was the Hertz guy.
Yeah. By the time DeMarco and I were present in the world, OJ was on the Niners and just about on his way out of the league.
Yep. Right.
And we never saw the SC
Never
OJ.
saw him
Never
play.
saw the
Yeah.
Buffalo OJ. Yeah, never
Did
saw
see
that.
TV movie OJ.
Oh, yeah.
into...
This is true.
Capricorn 1.
Yes.
Yeah, wow.
Remember that movie?
I do remember that movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I have been... Sorry, I've been distracted last segment. I got into an irrational Twitter beef because people are trying to fight with me about the idea that The Dark Knight is not the best comic book movie of all time. I'm like, if you think that Dark Knight is not the best comic movie in all time, you're just wrong. There is no other answer to this prompt besides The Dark Knight.
Oh, what was the
I
other one?
rewatched The Dark Knight last night. That movie...
It's great.
What was the
It's
other
the best
one
comic movie.
with the comedian and Dr. Manhattan?
I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
It'll come to me. But
All
yeah,
right, anyway,
that was good
I'm
too.
doing this because the Times the New York Times put out the entire list of the top 100 movies of all time, and we can talk about this later, 10 through 1, 20 through 1, whatever, but Dark Knight was the number 1 comic book movie of all time. And again, if you're arguing anything but Dark Knight, you're just wrong. Like,
good.
Ask anybody, you're wrong. Anyway, Jurassic Park Rebirth comes out next week. One of the stars of that movie is Jonathan Bailey. He was also in Wicked last year. He's been in Bridgerton. You might recognize his face. But little did you know, he plays the clarinet, and he has a solo featured in the score.
Oh, wow.
He was on Jimmy Fallon and talking about the recording of the solo, and it's really cool. But I was thinking Jonathan Bailey is quite sexy, but I'm also just like, there are just some instruments that are not sexy, and clarinet is one of them. Travis, fact or cap?
I think that's probably fact. There's some instruments that seem a little more, to use your word, sexy than others. Like there's a guitar, like if you're shredding on the guitar, the sax, and then there's the flute or the oboe. They're not quite as.
The bass clarinet is not sexy.
No. So fact for sure.
Fact definitely, yes. Yeah. Fact definitely. Female guitarist or female drummer?
Like, what do I find more attractive?
More intriguing, yeah.
Guitarist.
Yeah, okay.
I'll take the drummer.
See, okay, me too. Okay, see, I'm right there.
Yeah, clarinet's not sexy, but again, if you listen to the Mexican bandas, like those guys are pulling a lot.
They're doing okay?
Oh, they're doing great.
I'm just saying.
They're doing just fine. I would play the clarinet in a banda.
As someone who's played the clarinet, it's not a sexy instrument, okay? It's not sexy.
Harmonica?
Most woodwinds are not sexy.
Okay, what's the first thing you think of when you think of a harmonica?
Bob Dylan.
Old dude.
Okay, I think of guys in jail.
Okay.
Like that's the first thing that comes to mind is guy playing his harmonica in his cell.
But that's
sexy playing the harmonica.
That's kind of sexy, though.
Is it?
Well,
yeah, bad boys.
My head would be on a swivel.
Depending on how long you've been locked down.
Yeah, I guess so.
And for what?
Yeah.
And, they have lives in prison.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, the Rays the Tampa Bay Rays are discussing about where they want to hold their playoff games if they end up playing and hosting playoff games. The Rays currently are playing out of a minor league baseball park because their stadium was destroyed in a hurricane last year. So, Rays should host their playoff game in that minor league park. They should just have it where it is, because that's where they're playing all their home games. DeMarco, fact or cap?
Cap. How many people are in there?
I was going to ask the same thing. It's the Yankees Single A Stadium.
Those
that's
aren't
where they're
very
playing.
big.
I'm going to look it up, but it's not. I bet at the most it's 10 or 12,000.
46. I mean, this is a possibility. I don't know. Where's the next biggest place you can play? The Rams played in Arizona for a playoff game.
It's got a capacity of 25,000.
That's too small, right? For a playoff game, you're not going to make money on that. Yeah, you got to move it.
Okay, have you been to a Rays playoff game? They also don't really sell.
They do. In the playoffs.
Yeah.
They sell more than 25,000. I think the Rays might be the only team that qualify for what I'm about to say. I don't think it matters where you play it. I think you could go to Miami and play in the Marlins ballpark. I think you're going to draw about the same amount of people that you would
Did you
anywhere
see the amount
else.
of people at the Marlins last year in the playoffs?
No, I get it, but I don't think they're going to do great anywhere. I think you could stick it. Here's part of the rub.
To keep them there. Though.
Here's part of the rub. Who are they playing? Right, like if they're playing the Kansas City Royals, then you could play it at Arcadia High.
The Guardians.
If you're but if you're playing the Yankees, the Red Sox, one of those teams, then you're going to want to put in a place that holds 40,000 because their fans will come and watch it.
Jorge?
Yeah, I'm with Travis. And the guys you move it to a bigger venue. Miami's 4 hours away from there, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah, so I mean, take it to a bigger place.
Miami's stadium is also gross and disgusting.
It looks like you know what it looks like? It looks like a Plinko machine.
Yeah.
Plinko?
Remember that thing, like the thing that you pull and the ball bearings shoot and they go on the nails and they bounce around and they land.
That's what it looks like?
That's what. Every time I look at it, I think of a Plinko machine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I go on vacation to this place called Hilton Head, South Carolina, and it's off the coast of South Carolina and close to the Georgia border. And occasionally, most of what is in the water is like jellyfish. I grew up and there's always jellyfish stings in the summer, but it was just kind of a fact of life. You've gotten in the water.
Yeah, jellyfish?
It hurts.
Never have. Okay.
But recently, there has been some shark attacks off of literally the beach that I go to in Hilton Head. I'm not super big about getting into the water in general, but put yourself in the shoes. You're as someone who likes going to the water. Pretend you're someone who enjoys the ocean. You would still go into the water if there's been a shark bite in the past year.
Ooh,
Jorge Fettercap.
Shoot.
Heck no. There's things where
I got news for you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I'm gonna walk into a territory where he's dominant. No way. Like
you
I
probably
have to
already
get away
have.
from that. So.
Yes.
Cap.
Travis.
So I'm going to reset the parameters of what you asked. I have to pretend that I'm somebody that likes going in the ocean. Okay, because that's not me. But I have a lot of friends that are avid surfers. They go in the ocean a lot. They encounter animals in the ocean a lot, and it does not deter them at all.
Yeah.
So if I'm putting myself in their shoes and I'd like to be in the ocean, yeah, I guess so, because they keep going out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that fact?
I think that's fact.
That's fact. Me too. Fact. I mean, it's probably happened more than you know. But how many times have you been in the beach, had your feet in the ocean in your lifetime?
Yeah.
You ever seen a shark attack?
No.
That's how rare they are.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So chances are it probably happened and you didn't know it.
Well,
so, yeah.
no. If a shark bites a human, it's going to make news.
I know, but
so that's a shark attack. It's going to be on the news.
No, but he's saying I've lived in California
but
my
you would be
whole
close
life.
to a shark.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
No, he's saying have you seen or witnessed an attack? And
Yeah.
no,
never.
No.
Well, yeah, because Anyway,
they're terrible. They're especially now that you got like drones and stuff that can go up, and they're right there.
No,
all the time.
They own the water, bro.
Yeah,
we don't.
Look, I saw a video the other day.
Which is why I
know
don't
what
go
I
into
mean?
the ocean.
Okay,
This thing is made to live here.
DeMarco,
Yes.
I was looking at this video the other day, and it was on Instagram. It was a canyon. I don't know exactly where it was, but it looked like one of those California canyons because the way the people were dressed, the way that they were walking, there were a lot of people around on these trails. It looked like Laguna Canyon. I'm not saying it was, but it looked a lot like it. People in shorts and tennis shoes walking, having a good time, all over the place. And then the camera zooms in tighter and tighter and tighter. There's a mountain lion just perched right above
there.
the trail, just watching everybody walk by.
Yep.
Just sitting there, just watching. They don't see it. The mountain lion's just like, meep.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing.
I run stuff here.
Yeah.
You just live here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, not in the canyon. That mountain lion doesn't get eaten by anything.
King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
Nothing's eating that thing.
That's right.
It scared the you-know-what out of me. Factor Caps brought to you by the law office of Joseph S. Normand. You got a lot of choices in your legal team, but family always comes first with Joe. Call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000. Of course, you can go online, normandlegal.com. If you're hurt in an accident, you want somebody you can trust, you want somebody that's going to get you what you're owed, Joseph S. Normand, 213-747-2000. I got a question for you. We're getting closer.
Shoot.
Ohtani into the All-Star game, no surprise there. Judge into the All-Star game, no surprise there. I got something that may be a surprise. That's coming up. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes.
LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurant's protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
Hey, Joe Fortenbaugh here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sportsbook for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with the promo code JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
You got to pay for it. And Watchmen was good. Why does everybody hate on
I'm
stuff?
not hating on it. I'm just saying that there is a clear-cut, better movie, and that is The Dark Knight.
I like The Dark Knight. But I really loved Watchmen. The
And you can
comedian,
love it.
the comedian conversation or character was so interesting.
That's in The Watchmen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like heroes, but they're not heroes. Some of them
I
are
don't
really
think
bad
I've
people.
in fact, I'm sure I haven't seen it.
Rorschach, yes.
Dark Knight is one of those movies that I don't know anybody that doesn't like it.
Love it.
Like that's a hard movie not to be like
It's
that.
a movie that should have won multiple Oscars, won an Oscar posthumously for Heath Ledger. Potentially, I think, the best performance by an actor of all time in Heath Ledger.
It saved Batman.
I'm not a superhero movie person. I don't hate them, but it's not like I'm not one of the goes sees everyone.
Yeah.
It's terrific.
It is.
It's just it's a terrific movie.
So Batman Begins was the savior to bat nipples. It was. Batman had gone off the deep end. It had become,
I always get Kilmer or Clooney.
Kilmer was bat nipples.
Okay. Yeah.
Clooney was a great. What's his name?
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Batman just did not work out.
Yeah.
But Batman Begins saved the franchise. And then they capitalized, came back with The Dark Knight, and everything she said is exactly right. Kablooey.
And then
loved it.
Dark Knight Rises was not as good as Dark Knight because of
Bane.
everything involved with it, but it was not as good as Dark Knight, but it's hard to live up to. But the trilogy of the Batman trilogy is one of the best, I think, trilogies in movies. But anyway.
Bane. I really did, yes.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
We can get into the top 10 of that New York Times list in a little bit, but I have my Pachanga pick of the week here for you guys. So Cal Raleigh,
the big dumper,
has announced that he will be participating in the Home Run Derby at
for him.
All-Star. So I know it's not this weekend. So the pick of the week you might have to sit on for a little bit, but I'm going to pick him
Get
to
a
win.
futures bet.
Yes,
nice.
futures. Pick him to win the Home Run Derby. I think typically the biggest name is that the one who wins the Home Run Derby, but he's mashing right now. I think he gets
That'd
it.
be nice for
and
him,
go for
wouldn't
it, bud.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, $500,000, right? If they win it.
I don't know
Is
the
it $500,000?
prize, but I
Beer
know.
money.
Here's what I know about the Home Run Derby. I like watching it. I know it's goofy, but I like it.
Yeah.
And the other part is Pete Alonso is the only person I know that deeply cares about it. He loves that thing, and he's won it, I think, 3 times.
I love his nickname.
Yeah.
Do I do the read?
Yes, you do.
Oh, the Pachanga pick
Because
of the
that's the
week.
Pachanga pick of the
Presented
week.
by Pachanga Resort Casino. Play your perfect combo at Pachanga Resort Casino. Visit pachanga.com for more information. Yes, I thought the Home Run Derby messes up your swing.
That's some people
Is that
believe.
myth?
No, I don't think it's myth, but
Yeah.
I
The
also
Oscar
don't
won
think
last
it's
year.
true. I think it depends on who you are and what you do.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think some guys can go in there and it's not a big deal. Like you said, Teoscar won it last year. Shohei has done it previously.
Yeah.
We've seen guys like Mark McGuire and Josh Hamilton and go out there
Freak
and just,
show. I love to see that.
And then
Yeah.
we've seen guys go in there and do it, and they do come out of it struggling.
I just remember
Yeah.
begging Pujols not to do it for some reason.
Yeah.
Please don't do it. It messes up your swing. We're in it for the World Series, yada, yada, yada.
If you believe, like they say in Bull Durham, if you think it's true, then it is.
Yeah.
So if Albert Pujols was one of those guys that I don't want to mess with my swing, then don't. But if you're like, no, dude, I'm just going to go hit some home runs. I do it every day in batting
the Home Run
practice.
Derby? Conforto, just to prove you wrong. I'm just kidding.
And get knocked out quite
Boy, oh,
quickly.
boy.
With a torpedo bat. Come on.
You and the torpedo bats, man. I haven't heard
Bro,
anybody mention the torpedo bats
I bought
since
stock.
opening weekend.
I
other
was
than you.
wrong. I got MySpace too.
All right. All right. So All-Star Game is around the corner, like I mentioned. Yesterday, phase 1 of the voting closed. So the guys that are at the top of the American and National League, they're automatically in as starters. That's Ohtani and Judge. No surprise there, right? So Ohtani will be the NLDH. Judge will be one of the outfielders for the American League.
Nice.
Okay.
biggest stars of the game.
So now you have like phase 2 of the voting, where instead of having everybody eligible, you have a curated list of people that are eligible. And basically, every single Dodger that is a regular starter is on the curated list that was not automatically in there, which got me to thinking. Could the 2025 Dodgers and the roster that they've been playing with every day beat a team of all-stars, not from the American League, but from everybody else? I want to run you through this real quick, okay?
Yeah.
Dodger best pitcher this season, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, right? He's been terrific.
Versus Skeens?
Versus Skeens or Skubal, okay?
Okay.
Probably Skeens did beat Yamamoto, and Skubal's awesome, but it's close.
Okay.
Okay? Next guy, catcher. Cal Raleigh is having the best year as a catcher. You know who is on his heels? Will Smith.
Give me the Fresh Prince. I'll take Will Smith.
I don't think you're wrong.
Yeah.
First base, Freddie Freeman, Dodger regular.
Or Pete Alonso.
Or Pete Alonso, Vlad Guerrero Jr. Pick one of those guys.
Flip a coin.
Right. I agree.
I mean, Alonso had a better series when he was up against Freeman in the Mets. So if you had the head-to-head, even.
Where am I sitting? Am I sitting anywhere other than L.A.?
So far
it might still be Freddie.
We've gone the pitcher against Yamamoto, but it's close. Let's go to second base. Ketel Marte for the D-backs or Tommy Edman?
I'm taking Marte.
Me too.
I'm okay with that.
Me too.
I'm happy for Edman. You're in the conversation.
Me too. Tommy Edman is on the curated list, so he's close.
Taking Marte.
Me too. So Marte gets the win there. Third base, Max Muncy, who, by the way, has been hot as a firecracker for a month, or take your pick between Jose Ramirez or Manny Machado.
I'll take Machado.
Okay. Close? Between Machado and Muncy?
Not really.
I don't think it's
not really, and I'm trying to be not really.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll move on to the next one. Mookie Betts.
Taking Mookie.
Wait, hold on. Let me throw one in there.
Who?
Bobby Witt or Jose Lindor? Or Francisco Lindor. Why do I always want to call him Jose? Francisco Lindor.
You answer this one.
I'm going to take Mookie by a hair. Just by a hair over Bobby Witt.
You want Bobby Witt, and you know it.
Yeah.
I think I might go Bobby Witt / Lindor
You want
because
Bobby Witt and you
they're
know
better
it.
shortstops, right? In terms of the defensive aspect.
I just can't bring myself
They're
to say
better
it.
than Betts, but Betts, maybe not this year, but Betts is an offensive player. But close?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely close.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to be mad because I got Mookie Betts.
Here's right.
Yeah.
Right. Here's the one that. Sorry, DeMarco. Here's the one that's a landslide. Michael Conforto or Juan Soto / Ronald Acuna.
Well, the way some people talk, who knows?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Come on.
So the left field goes comfortably to the field.
Fair.
Center field.
Okay. Easy.
Way closer than you think. The guy that's probably the best center fielder in baseball this year is Pete Crow Armstrong for the Cubs. He's in the MVP conversation.
Buster Olney this morning on SportsCenter said that he would probably take Crow Armstrong over even Ohtani in the NL to win the MVP.
To win the MVP, that's a separate conversation. But okay, the point is he's really good and he's having a great year. Andy Pajas is going to make the All-Star team.
You think so?
It's 100%.
Yeah.
100% Andy Pajas will be on the All-Star team. So while PCA is the better choice, it's not super lopsided. It's way closer than you might think.
Again, the Edman Award. You're in the conversation, but...
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
I agree with you there. Here's one that's easily to the field and not the Dodgers. As good as Teo Hernandez is, Aaron Judge is better.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
Aaron Judge, we're done here. Like that's not close.
That's going 7.
Designated hitter. We have Ohtani. That's not close.
Who's their DH?
You could have Schwarber. You could throw in Rafael Devers. You go
It's
ahead.
going- it's
Take
going
whoever
here.
you want. It's
Yeah.
not Shohei Ohtani. Closer. Dodgers have Tanner Scott, who, by the way,
He's turned it around.
I'll say he has.
Turned it around.
19 saves, league leader, has 24, so it's
Or-
close. Robert Suarez from the Padres or Emmanuel Clase from the, not the Indians, what are they called now? The Guardians.
I'll take either one.
Right.
I'll take either one. We're
Is this not nuts? That there's only a couple runaways the other way?
That
and that's
Dodger
the
All-Star
rest of
team
the
versus
league.
the world, that's going 7, and we'll see who pitches best. Yes. That's amazing.
Perfectly said.
Yes.
Perfectly said.
That's
It's
good.
going 7.
Yep, that's going 7.
The best players in baseball forming a, what was it? The Galaxy?
The Galacticos.
The Galacticos.
Yeah. Yes.
Against a team that actually exists. And no one's, if you're putting odds in Vegas, you give the baseball Galacticos, what are they, minus 130?
Yeah.
It's close.
Wow.
It's really close.
Good for Edman. Good for Edman. Good for Paez. Yeah.
Paez having a monster year.
And Boo on Mookie for making it close. It should not be close.
Bobby Witt's really good.
I know he's good, but
Yeah.
so is Mookie.
And
But you should be over in right field.
Yeah, if Mookie played his true position, then it might be more of a conversation between him and Judge.
What?
I don't know.
I'm still taking Judge.
Me too. Me too.
Okay.
Like, look,
Yeah.
look, confession time.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
I'm fully in the bag for Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
I think he's phenomenal. Big surprise. Not a hot take, but
He murders the ball.
He's so fun to watch.
Yes.
He's incredible.
There we
But
go.
Mookie should be in right field. You're right about that.
One more thing about Andy Pajes. And so we've seen almost every night for the past 2 weeks, Andy Pajes make good to incredible throws to throw guys out. I mean, last night's game-ending one was not necessarily Andy Pajes doing a great thing. It was Freeman doing a poor thing.
Yeah.
But when are people going to stop
Soon.
trying to run on Andy Pajes?
Very, very, very soon.
Hell of a shot.
It's so there. Vlad Guerrero was like this for a long time. There's guys that have those cannon arms in the outfield that once the word is out and you throw a couple guys out, they stop trying you. And so you don't get the assist. The guys that lead the league in assists are usually, oddly enough, bad outfielders.
Man.
Because you keep trying them over and over and over again. Pajes has got a cannon. I did not like the 360 pirouette where he nearly threw it into the 10th row the other day.
They can't all be gems.
No,
Come
I get
on.
it. I'm with
Not
you.
every joke
But you know
lands.
what that was?
Yeah.
That was I'm feeling it, man. I'm
Big time.
throwing everybody out. I'm going to try this.
Why not, bro?
Yeah.
Yes, that is amazing. Max Muncy being on the list. Yes,
He's on the curated list as well.
Yes, I don't know what to make of him.
Everybody other than Conforto is.
That's terrible.
No, and I'm not even trying to pick on
I
him.
wouldn't want to be that guy.
Pajes is, Teo is, Freeman
Yeah.
is, Edman is, Betts is, Muncy is, Will Smith is. Every single position other than left field is.
Way to go, Dave.
Dave?
See? Come on.
Dave.
Somebody's coaching him up, right?
What does Dave do on a day-to-day basis?
Bro, he beats up Mike Schilt. That's what he does.
There we go.
That's what
I
he
did
does.
like that.
Yes.
I did like, I'll beat you. Listen all week to Sedano and Cap for your chance to win a pair of VIP tickets to the biggest pro wrestling convention this Saturday, June 28th. That's tomorrow, DeMarco, at the Hilton LAX. Listen for the cue to call and be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN for 2 tickets with VIP access to LAX Fan Fest plus 1 autograph from
Ahmed Johnson. Sit out powerbomb.
Listen to Sedano and Cap for your chance to win or visit fanfexlax.com for tickets. They're head up on 8 of the 9 positions.
That's
9
crazy.
of the 10, really.
Yeah. I know. The pressure is ginormous.
It
but
really
there
is.
almost isn't any.
Well, there's not as much as there should be because Freddie Freeman and Betts and even Ohtani a little bit for the last week and a half, 10 days have been pretty cold.
Yeah.
They haven't lost more than 1 game. It's real stupid.
Insane.
And
yes.
real
fun.
Real fun.
Yes.
All right. Let's talk about what the Lakers need to do. Let's talk about whether or not 0 or 2 is the number. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Do you really think you've experienced real sports excitement in your home? It's Mace here, and I'm here to tell you to get off your couch and get into Cosm. Cosm is the ultimate immersive fan experience. The Dome at Cosm, massive 87-foot wraparound display with reserved booth-style seating. The Cosm Hall features wall-to-wall screens where you can watch multiple games at the same time. Incredible food, craft cocktails, beer available throughout Cosm. Go to Cosm.com to see all the sporting events coming up, and now showing The Matrix at Cosm.com.
Have you checked out the new Park West Bicycle Casino? Only 9 miles from downtown LA, right off the 710? The bike has been reimagined with new ownership, renovations, and 200 table games. On July 1st and July 15th, buy in for $100 and get $100 in Lucky Chips plus $50 in free play chips. ESPN listeners get $30 in match play when they walk in and say, Cappy sent me. Park West Bicycle Casino. Real cards, real prizes, real close.
Please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER. GAR-001291, 001289, 001292. PSI license number 1358.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Ooh, I like this. Be sure to listen on Tuesday, 12:30 p.m. for a all caps major Mason and Ireland announcement and how you can press the flesh with the guys in private this summer.
Private?
That's Tuesday, 12:30 on 710 ESPN.
We almost went to a new level of friendship. When you said, ooh, I like this, I thought you meant the song. Because if you did, I love this song. Yes. I thought you were vibing just like me for a second.
I don't like it. Or I don't dislike it, I should say.
Yes.
I don't know it. I'm sure I've heard it 100 times.
A Tribe Called Quest.
Oh, okay.
For a minute, they were the top of the heap.
Put it to you this way. I've heard of them.
Yes.
Which is
good.
Which is a certain level of clearance for me.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, I gave Jared Verse his new song, by the way.
What is it?
It's the D-Line song. Do you remember the rock group Heart?
Yeah, the Wilson sisters.
The song,
Yeah.
Alone, that is going to be his new song. How do I get you alone? You will never see one-on-one blocking again.
Ah.
Yes, you will be double-teamed. You will have all the attention. You will have the attention of the world on you the minute you step on the field.
It's the price,
Welcome,
price
sir.
of being a good player,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Who's the tackle that's been making the rounds that keeps saying Jared Verse is the toughest opponent he's had? The reason he retired is because of Jared Verse.
Really?
Have you seen this yet?
No.
I think it's Teron Armstead.
Okay.
A tackle,
Yeah.
a guy you have to prepare for.
Put him in retirement.
He was on with a bunch of people. They asked him, like, who are your toughest opponents? He keeps mentioning Verse. Like, I am so glad I don't have to deal with this kid anymore. Yeah, so when we do the build-up, talk about games and things that Aaron would do that are otherworldly, like when he makes contact for a power rush, guys fly backwards faster than most.
Crazy.
You see that special sort of short area pop with him.
Is he strong like that?
That's what and he made no bones about going at it with Aaron Donald. So I don't think he's that strong, but he's willing to get there.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So, this is going to be something special. But you will never see a one-on-one again. Enjoy it.
Okay, but that's probably difficult for Verse, or more difficult for Verse. It means there's somebody else that's getting a free run.
Yes, now Jared Verse can get people fired. You know how? If that guy wrecks your game, the ownership or GM is going to say, how did you let him, of all people, wreck your Sunday?
Right.
You knew he was coming.
Yeah.
And you couldn't stop him, or you singled him up.
I want to go back to AD for a second. You said it, and it's one of my things that you played the position too. So an NFL offensive lineman, I want to use round numbers, is 315 pounds, 6'4" or 5.
Yeah, 15 to 20, 315, 320.
6'4" or 5-ish?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The cutoff, 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah. Somewhere in there. A 6'4" man that weighs 320 pounds, who does not want to be moved, who has spent his life in the weight room, learning technique, getting as strong as he possibly can, just getting dispatched like he doesn't exist.
Absolutely.
That's how strong Aaron Donald is. Imagine a 6'5" guy that's 320 pounds and fit and strong and knows how to fight and doesn't want to move, and you just flick his ass aside. And he did it over and over again.
A movie, remember Blade? Okay,
Sure.
This is
Wesley Snipes.
This is why I called him Blade. You have all their strength and none of their weaknesses.
Yeah.
They're big and strong. They can't move. You're twice as strong as they are, and you're more agile.
Yeah.
You are officially unfair.
I don't even...
You can't be blocked.
I know the position. They play different position, et cetera. But can he... Is it even fair to ask that question yet?
Okay, with him?
Yeah.
Okay, like I keep saying, forget about... Well, I mean, if you want to compare him to Myles Garrett, then so be it.
Okay.
Love it.
Not bad either.
If you get Myles Garrett, great. I look at him more as Micah Parsons.
Oh.
He's going to move around.
Yeah.
He's going to be doing different things. Hand up, hand down, over the center, over the guard, over everybody. Wherever the easiest path to the quarterback, that's where he's going to be standing. Right.
I like that.
That's the same as you did with him. So, yeah, this is going to be fun.
Was it JB that tweeted this morning that he thinks the NFC West is the deepest, best division in the NFL?
Okay, so I asked him about that.
Yeah.
He said that he said the deepest, right?
Voice of the Rams, JB Long, we're talking about.
JB Long, yeah. So I said the best as far as most competitive or the one that has the most clarity.
Like, those are very different things.
Right. That's why I asked him.
Yeah.
And he said, I'll get to the text. He said there's 4 teams in this division in the NFC West that could possibly win 10 games.
Okay, I believe
so maybe
that.
not all Super Bowl contenders, but all can be very, very good.
I think it's the least amount of clarity of the 8 divisions.
Totally agree with you. And so does he. Yes.
If you took all 4 of those teams and just shook them up and drew them out at random and said this is the final order of the NFC West, I'd believe you.
Yeah.
I think there's clarity that they're all going to be good.
The bottom is way higher than every other bottom of the other 7 divisions. Now, the top, I don't know. The top of the NFC North is pretty good. The top of the AFC North is pretty good.
Yeah.
The top of the AFC West is pretty good.
But you can pretty much pick the winners in every division except for this one.
And I think maybe even more importantly, I can predict who's going to finish last in those divisions pretty clearly.
Can I read you his text?
Yeah.
I would argue best as in highest floor, no weak link, no gimme games, not as elite as the top perhaps, maybe not as many Super Bowl contenders, but 4 teams could win 10-plus games and make the playoffs.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
I agree with all of that.
Okay, yeah.
Because there's not a Cleveland in there.
Right.
There's not a Carolina
I think
in there.
you said that, yeah.
I do think the AFC West with the Raiders, we cannot know whether or not they're going to be good because they have a new coach, they have a new quarterback, they have a new look of their team. The AFC West might be top to bottom better than the NFC West.
Yeah, you make a good case about the Raiders, but the other 3 teams are all playoff teams. The NFC West last year had 1 playoff team. The AFC West had 3. So I think that the top is a little higher, and maybe the bottoms come up a little bit. But yeah.
You know who scares me in that division? If I was Kansas City, is Denver.
Sean Payton knows what's up.
I wouldn't keep Sean. I would keep Sean Payton out of my blind spot if I'm Andy Reid.
Yeah,
because next thing you know, he's going to build his sort of team, and they're going to be playing his brand of ball better than you. And next thing you know, you're second place in the West. You know what I mean?
That list, what was it, of the best coaches in the NFL? That Andy Reid was 2, Sean McVay was 3.
Yeah.
Andy Reid was 1, Sean Payton was 2.
That's it.
Sean McVay was 3.
Yeah, I misspoke. That Reid was 1, and I was thinking, okay, yeah, sure, bunch of Super Bowls, it's Andy Reid, got it.
Yeah.
Number 1, yeah, sure. I thought McVay would slide in at number 2. McVay was 3, which it's not 3 is pretty darn good out of 32. But that Payton was 2, it's kind of like, yeah, okay. Like it's not. It's
freaking
not,
Rommel laying in the weeds.
Right.
Yeah, you sleep on him, and next thing you know, he's got 13 wins.
Denver was terrible, and then he showed up, and they weren't. It's not unlike what McVay did, where
and
the Rams
kicked
had
out the crust in a heartbeat.
big time. And again, not unlike what McVay did, where the Rams. Look, I'm a Rams fan, but when they showed up with Jeff, it was stale, man.
Well, okay, the one thing that Peyton did that Sean didn't do, and I respect Sean for it, he didn't rip Goff on the way out.
No,
he tore down Russell Wilson in front of everyone.
That felt personal.
Big time. He got it started.
Yeah, that felt like, hey, look, I tried to work with you. You wouldn't meet me halfway, so now I'm going to cut your legs off.
Phil Simms what's his name? Big Tuna. Parcells telling Phil Simms to get on the bench. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to do it fast.
Yeah. That division could be the answer to. In fact, the more I think about it, maybe even more so than the North, because there's no Cleveland.
Who's going to win the NFC South? Tampa?
Probably.
Fair enough.
Atlanta, maybe. We'll see how Penix does.
NFC East?
Oh, Eagles for sure.
Okay. AFC North.
About the Eagles, though, there
Baltimore.
hasn't been a repeat champion of the NFC East in this decade, I believe. It's been a different person winning it every year.
So if it's not them, is it Washington?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not picking Dallas?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't be knock me over with a feather shocked, but Dallas is one of those things you're going to have to show me.
I wonder what Philadelphia does getting off the parade float.
You said it was hard.
Well, I just wonder how they handle it.
Yeah.
But they've done this before. They have a blueprint. But I do wonder how they
I wonder how many of those guys were on that Nick Foles team that are still here now. I bet not a ton.
Not that many.
Not a ton.
Yeah.
So that is a new experience for most of them.
How they're going to respond to
What
that.
was the biggest challenge when you had to do it?
Being crowned champion?
No, coming back the next year knowing that you're...
That's what I mean,
Yeah.
being crowned, getting back to work.
Yeah.
Yes, I did what Roberto Duran did. We went back and got fat.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's the off season, it's not the in season?
Of course. I mean, look, everybody, like the Dodgers had to go through it. You start a season with people patting you on the back. It's like a stand-up comedian when you walk out on stage and you already got a standing ovation. It's hard to go up from there. It's not easy. So being the hunter and the hunted, two different things. I wonder how Saquon handles that. I wonder how a lot of people on that team handle this.
Does it click back in at some point during the season where it's like, hey, look, man, we're not doing what we need to do. We're not doing what we did do to win a Super Bowl. We got to get our you-know-what in gear.
I mean, you work so hard to get it done, and you probably say to yourself, make these little deals. We're going to put the hammer down, hammer down, hammer down. If we win the Super Bowl, then we'll take a break. Okay, then you do win the Super Bowl. Now you win break. During that break, everybody's trying to catch you at the same time, and you got to jump in 1,000 miles an hour. And then guess what? It's September. Yeah, that's how it works.
When does it fade? Or
What
does
do you
it
mean?
like when does it feel like it's another season and we're just doing the work to get ready?
Sometimes it never does, and it's an uphill grind. You know it is. Brady would be a great question. Chasing championships, and Bobby Wagner told me he reprogrammed himself every year. Now that's a Hall of Famer. He said every year is different, and he can put it aside. Some people, most people can't.
This is why Tiger, Brady, Jordan, Kobe, like these guys, that they get one. It's like, yeah, okay, let's go to like this. The next one, Tom Brady's been asked this, what's your favorite championship? The next one.
Yeah.
Like it's always, I need another one. There's no where I'm good. And then there are other guys that once you get one, it's like, woo, you see it in golf all the time.
Yeah.
Tiger wanted to win more than anyone else. And there, Rory was like wanting to win the Grand Slam. And then there are guys like, once I win a major, like, I'm done, man. I'm good.
Okay, well, football, I'll tell you this. I know a lot of guys feel like me. I was beat the hell up.
I bet.
After the Super Bowl. I couldn't wait for the break. That's the thing that sucked. Because I'm giving my body up to win this Super Bowl. Now I need rest, but I can't rest because the other season just started. Right.
Yeah.
And then you start slow and everybody's mad again.
What's wrong with you?
Right.
I feel like crap, and I just ate 8 trillion calories during the off season.
That's
That's
why
what's
when
wrong
the Chiefs
with me.
lost, I said, I bet they're happy as hell.
Yeah.
Now they can go take a break.
Yeah.
Yes.
3 in a row would have been pretty cool. We've never seen that before. LeBron James has a decision to make. It's coming up. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, if you ever have to deal with chafing or dealing with it right now, you are not alone. Let's talk about this stuff. It sucks. It can take you out of the game. And I do know a lot of people are on fitness journeys, and this is a real deal issue. So let me help you out. Highlands Chafing Relief will help you. The relief is close by. It goes on like a cream. I wear it every single day, every single walk, every morning walk, every time I go to the gym, doing whatever. It just really helps me through the day. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, stays put even through sweat and water. So if you work outdoors, if you ride a bike, if you ride a motorcycle, if you're just an active person and this is an issue, this will help you. Small little blue tube. You can keep it in your car. Highlands has your back, your thighs, your arms, everything. If you're trying to survive the LA heat wave, this is going to help you. Head on down to Walmart and Target right now and try Highlands. Highlands Chafing Relief. Try it once. You'll feel the difference. You'll be back.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Ready for a delicious escape? The New Islands Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so enjoy one today. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey, it's May. Summer is here. You made it. And one of Jacob and Ronnie's new billboards says, don't just exist, live. It's the kind of message that hits you, especially if you're dealing with the aftermath of a crash or injury. Jacob doesn't just handle cases. He helps people move forward, take their lives back, and get the justice that they deserve. If you've been injured in an accident, don't settle for silence or pain. Call somebody who's been standing up for LA family since the 90s. Jacob will fight for the maximum compensation, and you pay nothing unless he wins. You deserve somebody who will fight for what's right, and Jacob does that every single time. When you call an attorney, you want one who is respected. Call Jacob. He's the real deal. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember, calljacob.com. Proud partner of the Rams, the Lakers, and LAFC.
Call Jacob.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code RADIO to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code RADIO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code RADIO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Oh, these polymers aren't as flexible as batch K3.
Researcher Laurie is stretched thin.
Did you get the vulcanization analytics from V66? Oh, wait, are these rubber scores from last week?
She needs to hire new lab technicians so she can bounce back into her old self.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our matching platform lets you spend less time searching and more time connecting with candidates. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Level up your summer projects with 4th of July savings on top brand cordless power tools from the Home Depot. Whether you're working on a fence, a planter box, or a new workbench, get the power and runtime you need with the Ryobi One Plus 18-volt 2 toolkit from the Home Depot for only $99, was $139. Get 4th of July savings on the cordless power you need to make summer projects easier than ever. Right now at the Home Depot.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
I have to correct myself, or I'm being corrected.
About?
Val Kilmer's Batman Forever was actually pretty good. It wasn't great, but it was good. I wanted to see another one. It was George Clooney's Batman that had the bat nips.
That's what you said.
No, I said Val Kilmer.
Oh, did you?
Yes. George Clooney's Batman and Robin was the stinker.
Mr. Both.
Yes. With Alicia Silverstone as Batgirl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big fat miss.
All right, well, a movie that's not a big fat miss to me is the movie I saw yesterday, F1.
Ooh.
Okay. I went in with kind of low expectations.
Really? Stop right there. How come?
I went in thinking that it's gonna be a cookie cutter movie. I will probably not come out thinking that it's great. I'll come out thinking that it was okay because I don't know. This type of movie, I guess, doesn't normally grab me.
Okay.
Like how I
do you like Brad Pitt?
I do.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Okay.
I think there's some things that aren't my favorite, but I don't know. I just kind of came in with low expectations, but looking to have a good time. I saw an IMAX yesterday, which I highly suggesting this IMAX. This movie freaking rocked.
Really?
Okay? It rocked. Okay, so it's basically Top Gun, but with cars.
Say no
it's
more.
Top Gun meets Days of Thunder with kind of this really polished look of Apple. Like Apple movies and shows and stuff have really polished look. And with, to me, a more charming and better actor as its lead in Brad Pitt. I would take Brad Pitt any day over Tom Cruise personally.
Okay.
But there are
F1, Brockheimer, and Pitt. Summer movie. I'm in.
Brockheimer, Pitt,
Yeah.
Hans Zimmer score. Some people are saying like you go in thinking it's Top Gun and it's not that. I don't know. I'm not gonna let anyone yuck my yum about F1. I freaking loved it.
Yeah.
I like the F1. The sport is rife for drama because there's 2 spots in every team, only 20 spots in the entire sport, and you have to work together as a team, but you also want to have individual accolades. It is a very good movie. It doesn't reinvent the wheel, but highly suggest and seeing it in its biggest screen possible if you can.
I'm looking up Bruckheimer films that were nominated for awards, or was it Academy Award? You won't believe this. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Missed it.
Black Hawk Down.
Good.
Loved it.
Yep.
Days of Thunder. Did you know?
Loved it.
Loved it. Armageddon.
Yeah.
We were just talking about Aerosmith just 2 seconds ago.
Oh, yeah, you're right about Liv Tyler's in that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Flashdance.
Sure. No way.
Yes.
Jennifer Beals. Sure.
Top Gun Maverick.
Sure.
Beverly Hills Cop, which changed the game.
The first one?
Yes.
Good. Okay. Great
and
movie.
Our favorite Gene Hackman Denzel movie about submarines.
Oh, Crimson Tide.
Crimson Tide.
Yeah, those are great.
This movie is a capital D dad movie. I think I'm surprised it wasn't released on Father's Day weekend. Everyone's gonna be pleased. It is not a challenging movie, I would say. It's just straight fun.
I want Speed and Rex and
oh my gosh, you're gonna
mad teammates and
you're gonna get all of that, and the action sequences. The camera's in the car. They're racing on the same track that they race in F1. They're on Silverstone. They're in Abu Dhabi. They're in these places, and they have the F1 racers in the movie.
You know what's funny? And this, like what you're just talking about, Em, and you watch F1 races. I don't watch as closely as I did, but I followed it for a few years, and I still keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
If there was one sport that you were going to like cover as a journalist for a year and get to like get embedded in the sport for a year, I think that's got to be the first pick off the draft.
Oh my God, yeah.
Right, like as much fun as it would be to go throughout the United States and see all the different cities to cover baseball.
I don't think it's hot dogs and beer.
No.
Yeah.
Or even like the tennis circuit where you kind of bounce around, or like an international soccer team. F1, you go to the most exotic, interesting, fun, tropical, historic, like rich. You go to all of, and it's Asia, it's Europe, it's South America, it's North America, it's Australia. You go Japan, it's everywhere.
Yeah, man.
And by the way, if you are not a huge F1 fan, it's still okay to see this movie. They do explain things, and it basically takes place in the back half of a season. So it's the last 9 races of the season.
Okay.
There is Vegas in it, but there's no Miami in it.
Okay.
It's like England, Miami, the Dutch one, Abu Dhabi. Anyway, it's great. You don't need to know F1, but if you do know F1, I think you still will get a lot of it.
A movie about a sport where I didn't like, where I wound up liking it. Tennis?
NASCAR?
Are you not a tennis fan?
Days of Thunder. I guess I'm not a NASCAR fan, but Days of Thunder was a good movie about NASCAR.
But it didn't turn you into a NASCAR fan.
It did not, but it was fun to watch. Yeah.
Trying to think if there's been one that I was not a fan of the sport. Not a movie, but a TV. The Drive to Survive turned me into an F1 fan.
F1 fan.
And this is, I think, what every producer of a trailer, of a sports league, of a production company is hoping for when they do these things. This was during the pandemic. We were all at home, and we're all watching way too much TV, right? Mm-hmm. So
Tiger King.
Right. Perfect example. In retrospect, like it was fascinating, but it wasn't very good, right? Netflix, turn it on. It just starts to play. Mm-hmm. Like the whatever. Autoplay. All of a sudden, Drive to Survive. I have no interest in car racing. I have no interest in F1. And that trailer starts to play, and you watch it because they're in the most beautiful locations. It's shot incredibly well. Everybody involved in it's pretty good looking. It's like everything in it is, well, that looks cool. I want to watch a little more. And then you're in.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden it's like, I want to watch a race. You're like, I'm in. You learn the technology. You learn the terminology, I should say. I'm in. Like, that's what they tried to do with Full Swing. Didn't really work. That's what they've tried to do with tennis. Didn't really work. But
this was awesome.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
And maybe go see it sooner rather than later. Apple sometimes has a weird release strategy with theaters because they want it on their own TVs. This is a movie, I cannot stress to you enough, don't watch it at home. watching it in a theater.
Big screen.
Hey.
Good sound.
What?
Oh.
You love going to theater to see movies, right,
Are you
Jorge?
speaking to anybody in particular in
No,
this
what are you
particular
talking
room?
about?
Why are you
I
looking at me?
What are you looking at me for?
Amigo. Listen Sunday at
Apple
2.
plus
That's right. That's where you find that one. ESPN Radio's NBA Free Agency Frenzy, sponsored, or I should say special hosted by our morning man, none other than Evan Cohen. All the information and predictions as we get NBA Free Agency to begin on Monday. Don't miss Evan and the ESPN Radio NBA Free Agency Frenzy Sunday from 2 to 4 on 710 ESPN and the Listen Live tile on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Let's go get Jokic. How about that?
Sure.
He said it.
Who said it?
These Nuggets.
Oh, Josh Kroenke?
He said it. He said he wanted to trade Jokic. Okay, I heard that.
He didn't say it in that
That's
many
what he
terms.
said. That's what I heard. I heard Jokic trade.
Okay.
I heard two words: trade Jokic. See, if you extrapolate,
it was a weird thing to say. I'm not going to lie.
Just saying.
It was an odd door to kick open.
Do you want me to replay this?
We got horses down here. We got racetracks. Come on,
Santa Anita, Del Mar.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just and
Los
big fat
Alamitos,
opening here. Or you can go at it with Jackson Hayes. Go ahead.
Look, the Luka Doncic thing made me reassess. I'm never going to say never.
Yes.
But this is like hoping that your retirement strategy is I'm going to win the lottery. If it happens, great. Awesome. I retire. I'm done. I got all the money I need. If he shows up here, great. I'm going to love it. He ain't coming.
No.
Somebody's
going somewhere. We know this. This could be one of those weird off seasons because it's already been a weird draft because of a weird trade. Something's up. This could be one of those weird off seasons where a lot of things happen at once.
We're going to start seeing it because the NBA is one of those leagues too that if stuff's going to go down, it's probably already mostly done.
Yes.
That you're not officially allowed to do it until Monday, but we know that because like at midnight, player X has agreed to a 5-year deal for this. It's like you don't do that in 5 minutes. You got to get that.
Mark Williams is miraculously healed. He can play for the Suns, not the Lakers.
That the Suns took him makes me feel really good that the Lakers did not.
Something's up. There's some dirty work afoot. We'll see what happens.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
A lot of guys, like you said, are moving around. The LeBron piece is that's the great wild card. And I don't think that it's fun to talk about, but I really think we know the end game. And I think the end game is he's going to opt out. He's going to do another one-on-one, and the Lakers are going to say, yep, cool, let's do that.
Wow.
I don't think it's the best decision, but I think that's how it's going to play out.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it does.
Sounds about right.
It
that
does.
sounds about how this is going to play out, but who knows? Maybe Rob Pelinka can throw us a curveball. Curveballs seem to be back in style.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Kershaw.
He threw 4 yesterday.
I'm just saying, for strikes, though.
No, that's why he stopped throwing it. You're wrong, actually, but sure.
For strikes,
yeah,
though.
No.
He had a few strike threes.
Sliders, but
sliders. Okay.
Even like Dave's first comment after he pitched really well considering he couldn't throw his curveball.
Okay, well, he had a few strike threes. There you go.
He had strikeouts, but sliders and other
breaking
things.
stuff is back in. There you go.
Look, that old man knows what's up.
You can't.
He knows how to get guys
You can't
out.
win a game with that stuff.
It was really something else.
And yet he just did.
And by the way, kind of comfortably, right? Kind of like, like I'm watching it going, they're going to start to pound him soon, right? Nope. Okay, next game they're going to pound him, right? Nope.
Wow.
Yeah. He throws 80 miles an hour.
I think there is some theory, some juice behind your theory, DeMarco, if maybe they wanted to be the team that gets the 3,000 K for
Telling you, man,
Kershaw.
That seemed like an approach. We're going to respect Kershaw today. We're going to
I'll tell you this.
Everything.
It's the best explanation I've heard for doing the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
I mean, that can't be your game plan against him.
I'm glad they did it because it benefited the Dodgers. It benefited Clayton Kershaw. But as a person that loves baseball, I'm looking at this going, what are you guys doing?
We are 33 games behind the Dodgers. Everybody we're attacking. We're going after them.
It was like having 9 O'Neal Cruzes on the field at the same time. It's like, are you guys intentionally trying to do this?
Must be.
Play the clown music.
You can't
as
be
they
that
do
dumb.
Stuff?
Yes.
O'Neal, do you ever have a teammate that was just like, hey, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to aggressively not try.
Screw up?
I'm going to aggressively sabotage the team because I can't come up with anything that other than that's what Cruz is doing in Pittsburgh.
I can't remember a dude ever just flat out quitting. I've wondered about some people.
Yeah.
Like, can you really be this dumb?
Yeah.
You know, we just told you like 5 times, and here you are doing it again. I don't get it. Yeah.
Never underestimate how dumb people can be. You should know. You sit across from me every single day.
Stop it.
Hot and Cold's coming up next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Next Gen, my friends at Next Gen, the official air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical team of SoCal sports fans. It is officially summer. It is here. Hasn't gotten hot yet, but you know that it's coming. So don't let your system, speaking of DeMarco, throw you a curveball. You don't want your air conditioning to throw you any curveballs. The industry is experiencing equipment shortages and rising prices, which means right now is the time to replace. So don't get stuck in the heat with high prices and shortage of inventory. Do it right now. And ESPN LA listeners, you get a free home air cleaner with any new AC install. You enjoy cleaner air and total home comfort this season. And you get, of course, the peace of mind with NextGen's lifetime warranty on selected units. So you get to remove the dust, the allergens, the pollutants, and lock in that best pricing. What are you waiting for on that new AC install? They're open 7 days a week. They'll come to your house when it works for you. Lifetime warranty options available, financing options available, and, of course, the legendary Nextgen 5-star service. 833-3-NEXTGEN. 833-3 NEXGEN, and visit nextgenairandplumbing.com.
The biggest show on the radio.
Mason in Ireland today at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
The Lakers no longer can be outspent. The guy who's now running the Lakers has had massive success running the Dodgers. The Dodgers have been to the playoffs 11 years in a row. They've been to the World Series 4 times. This is indescribably big news if you're a Laker fan.
It's just a titanic shift in the town.
The OGs of LA Sports Talk.
Mason and Ireland on 710.
Everyone knows Earl Hershiser has won numerous awards for his performance on the field. But off the field, he's a great humanitarian, a true friend and partner of mine, and a real bulldog when it comes to business.
Baseball taught me to work hard and respect people. Rotolo Chevrolet does both, and that's why I joined the team.
Rotolo Chevrolet has been Dealer of the Year for 12 straight years. Like Earl, we know something about winning.
I believe they call that a dynasty.
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey Rams fans, it's your quarterback Matthew Stafford here. Join me for Walk United LA at the Rose Bowl Stadium on July 20th. Participants can walk or run to support fire recovery efforts and our most vulnerable LA communities. Learn more at walkunitedla.org. See you there.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text HOT to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text HOT to 42424. That's HOT to 42424.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
As you know, we've welcomed a new partner here at 710 ESPN, NextGen. NextGen, the official AC, heat, and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans.
You're as cold as ice.
Call 833-3-NEXTGEN, NEXGEN, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. Time for our feature we do 3 days a week. Who's hot? Who's cold? Thanks to NextGen. Boy, time for Who's Hot? Who's Cold? Take it away, Producer M.
Aloha. Yow!
All right, what's hot is
You.
movies. We've been teasing it all day, and I got already mad about a movie I'm not going to put on here. But the top 10 from the New York Times, they interviewed and had the votes of 500 actors, directors, writers, people in Hollywood to kind of create this list for the New York Times. And this is the top 10 of this century from January 1st, 2000 to now.
Okay.
10, The Social Network from David Fincher.
Never saw it.
It's an incredible movie.
good.
Deserves to be there.
Facebook.
Number 9 was Miyazaki's Spirited Away.
Good.
It scared the crap out of me as a kid, but it's a brilliant movie.
Great story.
Number 8 is Jordan Peele's Get Out. Have you seen this, Travis? Really?
You will laugh your butt off.
You've never seen... It's not funny.
No, but you will laugh your butt off if you saw it.
Okay. Number 7 is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind from
Good for
Michael
Jim Carrey.
Gondry.
Good for Jim Carrey. That was good.
That movie makes you really think about life. And if you haven't seen it yet, it's the idea that you could go somewhere and have a procedure done where you can scrub one person from your memory.
A bad breakup.
Okay.
Whatever.
Is the
It's an interesting
precipice
idea.
of it, but can love overcome?
Nah. She
This.
took my mower. I'm hanging on to that. hit.
Yeah, you've got a very
don't erase
specific
that.
example. That's great.
Do you want to erase, or do you and have nothing, or do you want both the good and the bad?
That's great.
Is the concept of the movie. Number 6 is the Coen brothers' No Country for Old Men.
That dude made a coin toss terrifying.
Incredibly surprised that it was not number 1 overall.
Sugar.
Potentially the
Sure, yeah.
scariest villain of all time from Javier Bardem.
Dude, at
Incredible.
the end of that movie, when
Go
he
ahead,
comes
call
out of
it.
the house and checks the bottom of his feet, bro, that is a hard scene.
It's an incredible cat and mouse movie.
I'll give you $50 for your T-shirt.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Right.
Number 5 is not La La Land, but Barry Jenkins' Moonlight.
Oh, it's very good.
Missed that.
Super good. Oh my
I'm
god.
I'm 0 for 6 so far.
An incredibly movie that has to be seen to be believed. It was such a little indie movie that could.
Unreal.
What's the
Moonlight.
plot of Moonlight?
It's
A
the
little kid's life.
course of a life of a young man in Florida, and he's dealing with his sexuality, dealing with poverty.
It's like The Wire, and then kicks all the way left, and it
Yeah.
draws you in.
Okay.
The entire way.
That's a
about
good sales tip.
fatherhood, about manhood.
Okay.
So Moonlight. In the Mood for Love from Wong Kar-wai. It's a movie about romance, love.
Don't know that one.
That is the only one on this list I have not seen, but I've heard great things and I want to see it. Number 2 is David Lynch's Mulholland Drive.
I saw
Rest in
that.
peace, David Lynch.
I saw
Put the
that.
straw
I like that.
And they put it in your milkshake.
Yeah.
Now I am drinking your milkshake.
And that's number 2?
Number 2.
Okay, well, there. I'm near the top. I saw that one. That's good.
Number 1, drum
Yeah.
roll, is Bong Joon-ho's Parasite.
Great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You never saw it, Jorge?
Nah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You'd like it.
Jorge,
Nah, really?
you would
Okay,
love
do I have
this
to read
movie.
subtitles?
Jorge,
Unless you
come
speak
on.
Korean.
Get out of
Bro,
here.
did you really
Get
just
out
say
of here
that?
with that.
Yeah.
Oh, boo.
I'm
No,
watching
thanks.
Ituma También. I have to read subtitles.
It's really good. You know what? Honestly, you could turn the subtitles off and still follow that movie.
Yeah.
It's good, bro.
Yeah, it's really good. It's
Number
got a great twist.
Yes.
Well acted.
If you are like Jorge and
Yeah.
you don't want to watch a movie because of subtitles, grow up.
You know that big box? You know that big box where I put The Sopranos and stuff?
Yeah.
That's where I put that one.
Yeah.
Never, never gonna
Jorge-
see live.
Jorge.
Never gonna pop it in my VCR.
It's
Dude,
VCR.
you're missing out. It's
Yeah.
not surprising this is number 1 overall. It potentially has like some of the biggest twists I've ever seen in a
Yeah.
movie. Well acted. You have no idea where this movie's
funny.
going when you start. Yes.
There's some funny scenes in it too.
Any Bong Joon-ho movie is going to have comedy in
Yeah.
it because he's an incredibly funny guy. But yeah, this is the top 10. I don't
Yes.
disagree.
For me, I might have slid in, like, there's some ones that just missed the top 10.
Like what?
Children of Men.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, you like that one.
Inglorious Bastards.
Yeah.
Oh.
It is the highest Tarantino on the list.
Mad Max Fury Road. I am so glad it's getting some love because I love that movie.
So that movie, surprise, surprise, haven't seen it, but that's another one that everybody I know, much like The Dark Knight, like everybody likes it.
Yeah.
No matter what type of movies you like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am shallow Hal about that movie.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I could care less what you think.
Yeah.
I'm so glad it's getting love.
Movies
yes.
that kind of have like a simple concept-ish is like, okay, road trip movies always get me A to B, how to be A to B, and all the things you meet on the cat and mouse movies kind of hit and miss me, but
Okay, I
What
got
else?
one gripe with you.
Yeah.
One gripe.
Okay.
We talked about this. This is in the top 20.
Okay.
And I think it's hilarious. It's well acted. It's a great story. Maybe it's the subject matter. Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, not a fan.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. Like I understand why it's a good movie. I
Yeah.
understand why people like it. Movies that about extreme excess extreme drug use, extreme wealth, the insatiable sexual desires
Yeah.
of these guys. That's uninteresting to me.
Did you see Leaving Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Or what was the Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
I know of it. That's the Hunter S. Thompson movie. I
Okay.
didn't see that one.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I also think, Wolf of Wall Street didn't get you from the very first scene. So,
Say that again, Ed?
very first scene, you see Jordan Belfort
Yeah.
partaking in illegal substances off
yeah.
of a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Like I get why people like
Yeah.
it. I get, and it's acting's great. It's pretty to look at. Like but it's just
Fun thing about that
Not for
movie,
me.
most F words in a movie ever.
No
Oh, is it really more than Scarface?
More than Scarface.
Okay.
And actually, they set out to do it. All right, so what's cold is
Yeah.
Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey has not flown to Utah. He has not flown to Utah with his teammate, or potential teammate, who was drafted. And he will have to. He's expected to report on Monday. If he doesn't report on Monday to Utah, that means that he is in a holdout. He does not. He did not want to work out in Utah. He did not want to go to Utah. So, if you're Utah, the Utah Jazz, what do you do about Ace Bailey?
So, according to ChatGPT, here's what happens if he does not report, right? That they own his rights for at least 2 years, which means if he doesn't want to play there, they either have to trade him to somewhere he would be willing to go.
How old is he?
He's, I don't know. We can look that up.
Is he
but,
teen?
But
Okay.
he
Let me see.
he either doesn't play or he plays for them. They have high hand. They hold the hammer. He cannot go, but he can't go somewhere else.
Chances are he made some money NIL, right?
Yeah, probably.
So he can sit on 2 years and not have to worry about being broke.
He did go to Rutgers, and so you had to get over going to be in New Jersey. So why can't you get over being in Utah?
I don't know, man. I mean, Utah is not the most fun place in the world to
You're getting
be an
paid to
athlete.
play a sport
Mhm.
and go be an athlete.
I-
That's what
totally.
you're being paid to be there for.
But I mean, it would be probably the last place in any sports league that I would want to go play for.
If a player refuses to sign and doesn't report, they might jeopardize their eligibility to play in the league in future season. The team could retain their rights for a number of years, usually 2, meaning the player would not be able to join another team in that time unless they were traded or released.
Ace, go play.
Yeah.
Just go play.
Get the clock running.
Suck it up and get out of there. as
And
fast
get the
as you
clock
can.
running, right?
Yep.
Like, no one's saying you got to stay.
Yeah.
There is free agency. No one's saying you got to sign that extension, which just about everybody does.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to play there and they decide
There are some people that
you're not going to play anywhere,
born and raised in the South that were here that didn't like being on the left coast.
Yeah.
And the first chance they got out of here.
Yeah.
Good players you liked. It just doesn't fit what they like.
I get it, but if the choice is play somewhere you don't like for a while
Yeah.
or not play, I'll play somewhere I don't like. I can
Mm.
get the clock run. Look, I had to move to Texas.
If it affects you if they say if you don't show up, the NBA says you can't play anymore.
Yeah. We
then
can't play here.
You can't play here. Then
Yeah.
you got to go play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just go ahead and tough that thing out. But
I think the interesting question is if Utah knew I do not want to play for you, I'm picking someone else.
why would you pick that
yeah,
guy?
Yeah. Maybe you're thinking I can talk him into it. Once we get him here, he'll like it. He's the best player. We're going to squeeze him, but we're getting off on the wrong foot from the jump.
You were recruited, right?
Sure.
Okay, so you had, this is my brother and me. So there's SC, there's Bama, there's Washington, there's big-time Division I school.
Yep.
And then, all due respect, Sacramento State shows up.
Sure, the Hornets.
Right. Now, I'm not being disrespectful, but clearly I don't want to go to your school.
Sure.
So why do you keep trying?
Yeah.
Why would you even offer me so I have to say no?
Well, that's up to them. But you have the choice to say no. If it was a draft and Sacramento State had your rights and they
Yeah.
drafted you, now I got a different decision to make.
But with interviews, I'm sure you get to talk to their
Oh, yeah.
representation.
I'm
I'm
with
sure
you.
this was made known a long time ago. He doesn't want to play in Utah. Why would you take him?
That I think is the most interesting part of it. Is if I said, look, I hate you.
Yes.
I do not want to do anything with you. I find everything about you repellent.
Yes.
I'm not picking you.
John Cusack
Yeah.
with the stereo
Yeah.
in the rain. That's your fault. I told you. A long time ago.
If it does go bad, that's everybody making a mistake, but it's mostly Utah's mistake.
Yes.
Don't take a guy that's told you, I don't want to be here, man.
If I'm him, just go play. do what they ask you to do, and get the hell out of there as soon as possible.
Who's Hot, Who's Cold is brought to you by NextGen, the official AC heat, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. Call 833-3-NEXTGen. That's 833-3-NEXGEN, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. The Dump, formerly the Big Dumper, formerly The Dump, coming up next.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Coming up today at 3 p.m.
By the way, sorry I was late. I was marveling at my new bidet that we installed in my office bathroom.
I bought one too. I have to install mine.
Even when Cappy's not here, we still go to the toilets.
Yeah. Nothing like a little warm butt, man. Gotta be honest with you.
Is it a seat warmer too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you got that one.
Does it make a difference?
Yeah, it does.
It does. It really does.
Like when I went to Cabo, the hotel had one in the bathroom, and I was just like, my wife made the executive decision, like, we're getting one of these.
Yeah, it cleans you up. It cleans you up. Like those little white.
And look, I would say this, in California, it can get cold in the mornings and overnight, right? You know what I'm saying? And when you sit down that first time, oh wait,
hey,
Sedano and Cap on 710. The fun way to drive home.
Sedano and Cap.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
4th of July savings start now at Cardin Alleyway Hyundai. Lease a brand new Hyundai Elantra SCL Sport for just $219 a month for 36 months with only $34.99 due at signing. Drive with confidence backed by America's best warranty, 10 years or 100,000 miles, and Hyundai's exclusive owner assurance program. Visit us off the 91 freeway or schedule your test drive now at CardinAlleyWayHyundai.com. And SU 944151, $34.99 due at signing plus tax, license, $85 doc fee and registration. No security deposit, 10,000 miles per year. Offer expires 7/7/2025.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
The dumper.
The big dumper.
The big dumper.
LAFC and Olivier Giroud. Giroud have reached a mutual decision to part ways. Jorge, how do I feel about that?
5 goals in all competitions.
Yeah,
5 goals in all competitions.
That's not enough.
Good. That's not very good.
Okay,
what's good numbers? 10,
Those are
12.
not- I mean, at least a dozen.
A dozen. Okay.
More than your jersey. He was number 9. At
Oh,
least more than
my
your jersey.
God.
Big dog.
That's good
Dang.
stuff.
You
right
see
there.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
Come on.
So that's always an interesting one.
What?
Where and he was well regarded, right?
He was.
Okay.
World Cup champ and all that stuff.
Guy comes in with creds. He's got a resume. And he comes in and is like, I want this, that, or the other. And everybody's like, no, bro, not here. I like that. I like that. When people are like, and then the fans are like, yeah, you can go.
Is he old?
That's cool.
I mean, he's up in his 30s, yeah.
Okay. Happens.
Adios.
Yeah.
Going home, I think. So
2 men. This is bizarre. 2 men with 2 buckets. Okay, like
is this a joke?
No, it does sound like this is
Yeah,
a joke.
does.
You're right.
Okay.
2 men walk in with 2 buckets.
Right. Okay.
2 men with 2 buckets made off with 85 koi, the fish, the big goldfish, right? From a SoCal restaurant, according to police. Under the cover of early morning darkness, 2 men methodically whisked away thousands of dollars from a local Yucaipa restaurant on Saturday in the form of fish. Security video obtained by the Times shows 2 individuals holding buckets and repeatedly entering and exit the outdoor property of the Oak House restaurant in Yucaipa. The restaurant has a small ranch where customers can observe a variety of exotic animals, such as Amazon cockatoos, fainting goats, and the koi fish, said Sylvia Duarte, who owns the business with her husband. The motivation behind the theft is not yet known, sheriff's deputies told the Times, but they noted that each fish, if sold, could fetch between $50 and $1,500, depending on the purchaser.
Each fish?
Each fish.
How many fish were taken?
85.
Oh, yeah, that's a hit. You got hit. Yeah, you let the wrong person in, and they saw that.
There's
money in koi fish if you can move them.
There's money in the banana stand.
Yes.
Yes. There you go. That was the first thing that I'm thinking. Like, if somebody's willing to buy a thing from you, then okay. Is there a black market for koi that I'm unfamiliar
sure.
with?
How can you prove that's your koi? All of a sudden, I got koi fish in my
There's no
restaurant.
serial number on koi.
Yeah.
Right, those are my koi fish.
So do you
Prove
go
it.
to like some other place? Because when I was in Hawaii earlier this year, we were walking. Susan and I went to a hotel to get a drink, and out in front there was this pond with 1 million koi. Do you like ask to see the general manager? And go, hey, yo, listen, I got some koi in the truck. If you're interested, it's as easy as that.
Or I'm looking for koi. I'm about to open up a restaurant. I need some koi fish. I know where I can get some.
Or a very
Get you half cost.
Yeah. Koi in his pond and
How much you thinking of spending for those koi? I don't know, like $500 a piece.
Yep.
I'll be right. I'll be here on Monday.
Yes.
Bring cash.
And koi don't snitch.
No. So, if you had to steal a weird thing, that you know about, but that maybe the general public does not, like you go into a place and there's a bunch of stuff, because I know what I would steal.
I already did. It wasn't stealing, but I cleaned out Marshall, Kurt, Isaac, and Orlando
of
all their stuff.
Oh, like memorabilia?
Oh my God.
Great choice.
I stole shoes,
Great choice.
towels, everything. Yes.
That's a great choice.
Now they're getting me back. They won't sign it.
Oh, yeah, well.
But it ain't over yet.
I'd steal baseball cards.
Of course,
Yeah,
yes.
Because if I went into a place and there was a bunch of, I know what to take. Like, I know which koi to pull out of the pond. Like,
okay.
yeah, oh, that
Wow.
Sandy Koi. I'm going to take that one. I'm going to take that Mickey Mantle. Like, I'm not taking a bunch of Raul Mondesies. Like, I know what to take.
Mondesies.
Yeah.
Wow.
What, Em?
I said Luis Hill.
Heel.
Hill?
Took the koi fish. That's awesome.
Terrific. Happy birthday to, speaking of superheroes, comic book movies, Tobey Maguire turns 50 today.
All right.
Spider-Man.
50.
Wasn't he the jerk? He is the jerk.
Seabiscuit. He's also the jockey.
Yeah,
Yeah, no. The
Jerk in what?
The movie Molly's Game.
That
was
He
him.
played himself, basically. Or no, he played
Somebody played him.
Yeah.
It was whatever.
Michael
Cera played him.
Toby Maguire is well. Okay, here's what happens in Molly's Game. Molly's Game
Yeah.
is about
Jessica Chastain.
a secret
Ding.
poker ring of high rollers, and it's very high stakes poker games. It is well known that Tobey Maguire is very, very good at poker and plays in these high stakes
And
poker
was
games.
mean about it.
And so in Molly's Game, they have Michael Cera playing a Tobey Maguire-esque figure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like his big line from that movie was, "I like to ruin people's lives." Right.
I don't get it.
Yeah, and that we found out that was him. It was like, oh, that changed a lot.
Spider-Man.
Yes.
Speaking of, this isn't superheroes exactly, but movie directing. Maybe he's done some superhero movies. I don't know. J.J. Abrams turns 59. Did Star Wars, did a bunch of
Star
TV,
Trek.
Lost.
Super 8, Lost.
Yeah.
Did some Star Wars stuff. Did Alias, Jennifer Gardner.
Nice.
Thing.
And is the father of Gracie Abrams, who's now a pop star.
Ooh.
She was nominated for a couple Grammys.
Where are you on Gracie Abrams, DeMarco?
Right now.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
I
Almost
became aware of
noon
her
on
at
Friday.
11:54 and 34 seconds.
I was today years old.
We opened the show with this one. It was today in 1988. Mike Tyson beat Michael Spinks 91 seconds into the first round of their heavyweight title fight. This was the lone loss of Spinks' career. He never fought again.
Never fought again. That was the biggest fight in the world, and it lasted 91 seconds.
Wally released in 2008, and it is National Onion Day. You want onions on that sandwich or no?
I like onions.
Me too.
Onions have layers.
Hard pass.
Ogres have layers.
No onions? Grilled?
Yeah.
Raw?
Hard pass.
Yes.
Yes, either one? Okay.
Pickled.
Pickled onions.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Can't do it
Red
wrong.
onions only
All,
for pickles.
all onions.
There you go.
I'll eat them all.
A
I'll eat
burger
'em all.
with, I'll have a cheeseburger with everything.
Yeah.
There you go.
Grilled and raw on an In-N-Out double-double. Can't go wrong with that.
Oh, shut
Super
up.
Crosstalk coming up next.
and Ireland.
A lot of people screamed at me on Twitter, which is fine. Don't use all caps. Don't use all caps. When
by
you
the way,
tweet me.
the biggest show on the radio, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
Do you really think you've experienced real sports excitement in your home? It's Mace here, and I'm here to tell you to get off your couch and get into Cosm. Cosm is the ultimate immersive fan experience. The Dome at Cosm, massive 87-foot wraparound display with reserved booth-style seating. The Cosm Hall features wall-to-wall screens where you can watch multiple games at the same time. Incredible food, craft cocktails, beer available throughout Cosm. Go to Cosm.com to see all the sporting events coming up, and now showing The Matrix at Cosm.com.
Bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, crowd rocking for Rotolo Chevrolet's top hitter, Mike Capozio. He's facing off with the Bulldog, and these two have quite the history. Here's the pitch. Oh, he got all of it! That ball is out of here like a red Corvette, and it's going, and going, and going! Yes!
Dad, are you having that dream again?
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Hey, it's Mace. In tough times, a lot of people find themselves owing money to the IRS. It can really weigh you down, and you're confused about the right way to handle it. And all those scary ads on the radio about the IRS, they don't help. Tax relief advocates want you to relax, knowing that whether you owe $5,000, $50,000, $500,000 in tax debt, you don't have to fear the IRS another day. TRA has a proven 3-step tax resolution process, plus they're experts at working with special programs available from the IRS to help taxpayers get back on track. Easy to see why they have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. If you owe money to the IRS and feel trapped, don't lose hope. Tax relief advocates could reduce or even eliminate your debt. End your tax nightmare today. Simply visit TRA.com or call 800-575-1482. That's 800-575-1482. Again, 800-575-1482.
The biggest event of the summer is coming to Honda Center. Saturday, June 28th. Most Valuable Promotions presents global boxing star Jake Paul on his path to becoming world champion. Taking on Mexico's former world champion, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. In the co-main event, Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez defends his world titles against Cuba's knockout artist, Yuniel Dorticos. Former boxing and UFC champ Holly Holm returns live from the Honda Center on Saturday, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. It's time for Soper Crosstalk.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ireland's here. Momo is here. And DeMarco and I were just talking a second ago. It was, I think, our cold in the hot and cold segment. Ace Bailey gets drafted by the Jazz and has not responded to it yet.
I'm sure
his agents are all doing political cover. Like,
Right.
I just saw an interview with his agent about 45 minutes ago. He goes, no, he's very happy to be there.
Oh.
He'll be there on time.
Okay.
And today he didn't show up.
Didn't show up.
Oh, he didn't show up?
No.
So
interesting.
What happens next? Hold on, put a pin in that. Let me back up a little bit. Would you take a guy that has told you, I don't want to play on your team?
I personally would not, but there are people who have done it, and it's worked out for him.
Evan Mobley, by the way, didn't work out for the Cavs.
Right.
He did not
The best
schedule a
example
workout.
of
They
this
drafted
is
him, and he's great. Defensive Player of the Year.
Chris Mullin, first-team All-American at St. John's, gets drafted by the Warriors, is miserable. Doesn't want to go, doesn't want to be out there.
Wow.
He goes out, has a Hall of Fame career. The best example, this is a true story. When Kobe Bryant was coming out in the draft, Jerry West had arranged a trade with Charlotte that if he was still around with the 13th pick, Charlotte would take him and Jerry would trade them Vlade Divac for Kobe.
Hell of a deal.
New Jersey had the 9th pick. John Calipari was in his first year as an NBA head coach, and he said, I've seen this kid work out. He should be the first pick in the draft. I don't care what he or anyone else says, we're taking him. And Arn Tellem, Kobe's agent, said, if you take him, he's going to Europe.
Wow.
And John Calipari said, I don't believe you, and we're taking him. He goes, this is not a bluff. His dad was an NBA player. He has money. His dad played in Europe. I've got 4 teams lined up.
Yeah.
He'll just go to Europe and then come back here and play for someone other than you, but he will not play in New Jersey. And Calipari goes, I don't care. I'm taking him anyway. And the owner came in and said, John, do you really want your very first pick in your very first job in the NBA? You want a standoff? And the owner talked Calipari out of it.
Kerry Kittles.
Kerry Kittles went to, and Kobe went to. And I asked Kobe once, I said, do you think you would have gone to New Jersey? And he said, probably.
Yeah. He would have gone to New Jersey.
Yeah, said probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so too.
And so you can do
just call him the bluff.
You can do this, but a famous NFL case of this, DeMarco, is Eli Manning.
Oh yeah,
Chargers drafted him.
Yes.
His brother and his father both played in the NFL, and Archie and Eli's agent said, "We're not going to play for that franchise."
What was Eli's exit strategy? I don't. Elway had baseball.
Elway had baseball.
I think Eli was just going to sit.
I'm just going to sit. Okay.
This is why I think, and I'm glad you brought up Elway, and I think Bo Jackson's the same thing. That if you have a viable second alternative like Major League Baseball, okay.
Yeah.
But if the alternative is I'm going to go play in a second-rate league, that's less of a threat, right? The threat of I will go play the other big-time sport.
Yeah, so there is an avenue for Ace Bailey to go someplace else and wait this out and then come back.
Not really.
Yeah.
He has to sit for 2 years if he wants to go play for another NBA team. He can go play in Europe
for 2 years and then come back.
Yeah, if he wants to.
I mean,
That's
I thought
risky.
this was a big issue in the WNBA this year with Paige Beckers. Dallas had the number 1 pick, and Dallas has historically been one of the worst franchises. They don't there's so many other good franchises. She could have gone to Seattle, right? Had the 2 pick at the one point. It was the Sparks who had the 2 pick. The Valkyries, who were just breaking every attendance record, every other kind of record that you can have in the WNBA in terms of revenues, et cetera. They were starting up. They had the 5 pick. There was Chicago had the 3. There were so many other good landing spots for Paige Beckers, and yet Dallas ended up winning. And that's a historically kind of bad franchise, doesn't know how to market, doesn't know how to, they've never really won. And Paige definitely, a lot of people were telling her to do it, and she just didn't want to be that person. She, that was the choice. Do you want to be that person? And and also the CBA is changing, so that's why every deal in WNBA was 1 year this summer, because they're going to have a whole new CBA, and everybody is going to be a free agent. Everything you know about the WNBA,
the whole league is going to be free
agents. The whole league is
agents?
basically free agents, because it's going to be anybody who was a free agent is under 1 year deal. Some people are going to be sort of grandfathered in under the rookie deals. So now because she's grandfathered in under this rookie deal, she's going to be kind of stuck in Dallas for a little while.
So Caitlyn Clark is in Indiana moving forward.
Yeah, she wants to be.
Okay. Because I was going to say the bidding frenzy on that. If she became a free agent, I mean,
can I tell you some numbers? So we had Christine Brennan on yesterday, and we were talking about Caitlyn Clark, which was we all kind of I fangirled out, you fanboyed out. Okay?
Yeah.
So Caitlyn Clark. So let me tell you the revenues last year. The highest revenue in the WNBA was the New York Liberty. I think they made 35-ish, maybe 40, something like that. Indiana, which had basically never made money before, their revenues were $32 million. Okay. Now we're talking about
popcorn.
It's literally the Caitlyn Clark effect.
Yeah.
Okay. This year, everyone's going to make a little bit more. It'll probably be 50. The Valkyries are going to be 90.
Wow.
Or 100 even.
Just because they're new, or because they play in San Francisco? What is?
Because they're just better at this.
Okay.
Because they basically take all the Warriors season ticket holders, the suites, selling out Chase Center. They own their own building. They have a great women's basketball fan base from all the Bay Area teams over the years. They're just better at it. But the Caitlyn Clark effect is they were the number 2 team in terms of revenue last year after being nowhere.
John, aside from that restaurant in Utah that you like, the Italian place, is it that bad of a place for an NBA player?
And they have a great new owner, Ryan Smith, who's got a lot of money. They got a great coach in Will Hardy.
What is his objection?
They develop players. I don't know.
I think also it's maybe about
Bailey's objection to being in Salt Lake City.
You ever been to Salt Lake?
Yeah.
I don't think it's that bad, DeMarco. I don't. I've been there a few times. I mean,
Yeah.
look, is it any worse than Oklahoma City or Indy or any other small markets? Like, no. I think it's better than going to like Memphis or New Orleans. Let me think of some other ones.
OKC is
Atlanta.
Utah's cold.
Utah's cold.
Yeah,
But
is
Ryan
OKC
Smith.
cold?
Is it the
can
objection
be.
that it's white and Mormon? Is that
Could be.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was it. I think he wanted to get to a place where he was going to play right away.
Yeah.
And where there were advertising dollars, et cetera. I don't know. There's a lot of young guys there. They have Markkanen, who plays sort of a stretch four. I think Ace Bailey's basically like a 3-4-ish kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know, he's that kind of. But I just think he has an inexperienced agent. Most teams, they'll tell you this. When they like dealing with agents who have a lot of clients because they understand how business is done, and they also, if they're going to go rogue, they're going to have to do business. They don't have to do business with you in other
Right.
right. So like if you have 10 clients and you go rogue with one of them,
I can ignore
like
the other 9.
right?
Yeah.
But if you have somebody who this is his only client, like I'm not saying he's a bad agent or whatever it is, but he can do whatever he wants. Like somebody whose only client is that player, they can do whatever they want.
All right, so this Caitlyn Clark story is rapidly becoming the most confusing story I think I've ever covered.
Yeah.
So yesterday we had Christine Brennan on, who is an established writer. She's won the Red Smith Award. She's universally respected. She has a new book out about Caitlyn Clark.
She's the one who broke the scandal in figure skating at the
Oh,
Olympics.
yeah, no, I know
right?
who she is.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
You know who Christine Brennan.
Oh, yeah.
Her credentials are unchallengeable.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
So we had
God.
her on yesterday, and I was saying, Christine, I don't get this Caitlyn Clark thing. I don't get, like, when Tiger Woods came into golf, the other players welcomed him because they knew rising tide lift all boats. Same thing with Michael Jordan. They didn't hate him. They didn't flagrant foul him every time he got the ball. So we have Christina, and she goes, yeah, they should have put her on the Olympic team. And she said, I cover all this in the book. We talked to her for about 10, 15 minutes. I get this tweet from, let me see who this person is. Itigga, Itigga, okay? Listening to this interview, they're all taking shots at the WNBA and other WNBA players. This interview isn't going to help the people that don't like Caitlyn Clark. They don't care to understand. Understand what?
I was going to ask you the same thing. What's there to understand?
Okay, here's somebody else. Christian Gonzalez. I've never rolled my eyes harder than this entire interview.
Wow, really?
This complete coddling for a single player is driving me crazy. Listen to them talk about how she's being targeted. Give me a break. They want the WNBA players to just let her drain blank in their face and then thank her.
Funny line.
That is funny.
She has more. She's been flagrantly fouled more than any player in the WNBA this year, and she was last year.
Yeah.
Caitlyn Clark, Ramona just gave you some of the numbers. If Caitlyn Clark is involved, your numbers quadruple.
She's the literal definition of rising tide lifts all boats.
Why do
she
Christian
is the tide.
Gonzalez and Itigga hate Caitlyn Clark? I don't get it.
I'm scared every time you say that. Okay.
I would like you to continue to say Itigga.
No, I don't want him to say that ever again.
No, I'll use the other one. His name is #WorthySplash. So he listens to the station.
I'm into that. that.
Yeah, he listens to the station.
I do like a good worthy splash.
But it's like
I did.
I thought I said the N-word?
No,
but I was getting every time you say it, I'm like, just be really careful. Okay.
Can I just be honest? There's collective eye rolling going on in the room.
Yeah. But over Caitlyn Clark?
No, I'm just nervous every time you say that.
This whole scenario, it's so old and tired. It's
where
old and
is
tired.
this hatred coming
Who
from?
cares? Look, when Jordan came in, he got smacked around. They all do.
Blake Griffin.
Jesus Lord, let it go.
It blows my mind that people aren't literally thanking Caitlyn Clark every day for quadrupling the value of the league.
If I were a fellow player in the WNBA, I just want to get rich.
Yeah.
Right.
Me too. And that would be my goal. I want to win games, but I want to get paid. And if she can get me paid, I'm
Okay, let me go to a different sport, okay?
Yeah.
One of the ways, when I was covering Ronda Rousey, I would go to the UFC fights where she was the headliner.
Oh, yeah.
And at every press conference, every single one, even like she wasn't involved, the male fighters on the card, that all they asked about was Ronda. And I was like, wow, this is an interesting litmus test. Because these dudes are badasses. Like, these guys can
Momo
fight.
got mad at me because of this.
What? I got
Keep
mad
going.
at you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I told you, like, one of the best nights of my life was when she got knocked cold.
I know. I got mad at you for
See?
that. Yeah. So I think that with Ronda, like she brought so much mainstream credibility and mainstream attention to the UFC. Like she took the UFC from a niche sport to the mainstream.
It's kind of the same because they tried to pump her up as like she could beat everyone.
Okay, so
and
what
that's
happened
how they
was-
were selling.
Yeah, and what happened was all the male fighters were down. Nobody resented her because they were all starving. They all were like, "Thank God for this lady."
Dana was making money.
Dana was making everybody.
So
and
why
what
is
ended up
that
happening?
why is that not the same dynamic?
I think,
in this?
and I think it might just
It
be
is the
because,
same dynamic.
No,
For me, it is.
But I
it's-
think
yeah.
what Christine said was there is some level, and what you said about like Jordan coming into the league. Whenever there's a rookie like that, Blake Griffin got this too. Why is he getting a Kia commercial as a rookie? You know, anybody who gets something too soon without having quote unquote paid their dues or suffered the pain or whatever it is. I think there's resentment, and I think it's sad, especially in the WNBA, where everybody should just be happy when somebody gets paid. But Christine brought up the racial issue. I think that there's a component of that. But to me, with Ronda, the reason I don't think there was like a pushback on her was because she was a fighter. Fighters just respect
And
fighters.
there was one person out there, Cyborg.
All right, so here's the one. I DM with one of the listeners, a guy named Darren, who's really smart, and he disagrees with me about this whole Caitlyn Clark thing. He says that I'm wrong about it too, and he wrote me today. I do believe Clark has been enriched personally, but league-wide, not a chance. Not much has changed. Darren.
No, that's not true.
When Caitlyn Clark plays, they change the venue to go to a bigger arena so they can sell more tickets.
Let me give you the number. This is the.
What do you mean
I'm going to
things
win this
haven't
argument
changed?
with one fact. Ready? Brittany Griner got kidnapped in Russia, taken hostage in Russia by the government. She comes back. She had a couple special rules where she could fly privately on certain planes, but not on every single plane. And then one day she got harassed at the airport by a
fan?
It was like a guy who just wanted to film it, and he was like a influencer guy, and like really harassed like the whole team because they were flying commercial. Okay, not even that got them private air travel. But guess what? Caitlyn Clark comes into the league. They fly in JSX now.
Every team.
Yeah, they can't put her in a regular airport. The airport, they'd have to hire security.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you know what? Like,
she's the Pied Piper. This girl is Taylor Swift. Why can't you people
Calm
realize
down,
that?
easy.
I just want the money. Like if you're telling me the Kia commercial for Blake Griffin, if you told me to just use a bad example that, hey, she's going to get a Kia commercial first, and she just got here, but guess what? We're all going to get them eventually, or a lot of us are going to get them eventually. Okay. I'm down.
Yeah, I mean, look, and I get
stuff.
this.
Yeah.
I get this idea that Asia Wilson is the best player in the league.
She's the best. Not even close.
Okay, and then probably Stewie is next. Sure. And Caitlyn is definitely top 5.
That's what I mean. It's,
right?
That's
like
why Ronda and her are connected.
Right. Like I don't know if it's Nafisa Collier or Stewie next. So those are the top 3.
Okay.
So Caitlyn is top 5.
She's the best.
But she's getting the but none. Right now, none of the people who are top 5 are resenting Caitlyn Clark. Yeah. It's everyone else.
Yes.
Pay me.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
Yeah.
It's palpable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's absolutely palpable.
And it's also been co-opted by a lot of other political interests too.
Will you allow yourself to get it if somebody tried to explain it? Or is it just impossible?
No, try and explain it to me. Go ahead.
Well, the only connection I said with Ronda Rousey and her is, and I said there was someone else there. It was Cyborg. So they were pumping her up as the best ever. And everyone she beat had this much experience.
Yeah.
There was a fighter right there you were openly avoiding, but you were pumping her up as the best ever. That's the only problem.
Right.
Same thing here, like you said. She's not the best player in the league.
Top 5, though.
But that's how they're selling her.
But
you just said who the best player was.
She's the economic engine of the league, though.
That's fair.
She's the biggest
so you
draw
do get it.
in the league.
But you could see how that might be frustrating to the best player in the league.
But if I'm Asia Wilson, and I'm the best player in the league.
Right.
And my venue just changed from a small 5,000-seat arena to a 20,000-seat arena.
I'm happy more people entertain, I make more money. I get it. Right.
Well, now this is the last. I know you guys got to go. I'm looking at the clock for you. There is something interesting going on. I know. I'll make it short. There was something interesting that went on with Nike. Nike had signature shoes for Caitlyn Clark and Asia Wilson. and they have yet to put Caitlyn's shoe out. They put Asia's shoe out first. She launched this year. It was a big to-do, right? And I thought that was very interesting because, like, the second they put the Caitlyn Clark out shoe, it's gonna sell.
Explode. Yeah, sure.
And they put a Sabrina Ionescu shoe out before that. So it's been Sabrina, then Asia, and then eventually it'll be Caitlyn. But they're almost like holding back on the Caitlyn shoe because they don't want to like hurt the other launches.
I will let you guys continue this conversation. John, can I just, you've been doing this a long time. You don't need any help from me, so you do what you want to do. But I would go with Worthy Splash as opposed to that other name.
I would too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm probably done talking about this because I can't figure out where the hate's coming from. I just can't.
No, I'm with you.
You just said it. Next show.
Worthy Splash.
Worthy Splash.
I'll go with
Super
that.
Crosstalk. We'll see you on Monday.